there's one thing Brazil loves more than samba and sunshine. It's football, or as they call it, futebol. And trust me, this love story goes way back. It all started in 1884, when a young Brazilian named Charles Miller returned from England aged 21, carrying a pair of footballs and a Hampshire FA rulebook. He was basically the original influencer, bringing back trends from abroad. And just like that one mate who insists you have to try their new obsession, Miller convinced everyone to give this little English sport a go. Spoiler alert, it caught on. The entire nation fell head over boots for the game. And fast forward a few decades, it was time for Brazil to start playing in the World Cup. Then came 1958, the year a 17-year-old kid named Pelé showed up and said, "Don't worry, I got this." Brazil won its first World Cup and respectively put down its mark on the global football stage. From there, Brazil kept adding stars to the jersey. 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, 2002, making it the only country with 5 World Cup titles and the only country to participate in every tournament. Not that they like to brag or anything. Okay, maybe a little. And the style? Pure magic. Jogo bonito, the beautiful game. It became Brazil's signature. Think dazzling footwork, joyful play, and the occasional move that makes you wonder if gravity just took the day off. Today, football isn't just a sport in Brazil. It's part of the national identity. From street games played with anything even slightly round to packed stadiums exploding with colour and noise, Brazil lives and breathes football. So, the next time you see that iconic yellow jersey, just remember, it all started with one guy, 2 footballs, and a nation ready to fall in love.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's just coming up. No, it is. Depending on what clock you look at, actually. That's quite bizarre. 3 minutes past 6 over there and 4 minutes. Let's go with that one. 4 minutes past 6. Welcome to the World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Get this. Alongside me, a man who scored, 3 goals for Fulham and just 2 for Brighton. It's Darren Bent and Arnold Clark by used kind there. Upgrade event and get 2 years free servicing. Plus a chance to win the cost of it back this June. Morning.
What's with the disrespect?
2 goals for Brighton. And another one.
Yeah,
that's it.
Hey, in 4 games. Ah, 50%. 1 in 2.
Well, that's not good.
1 in 2.
Yeah, I'll drop you for that. Not as good as 1 in 1, is it? You all right?
Yeah, bad. I mean, I don't know the disrespect. I think it's Ollie. Ollie's the one who's dropping this kind of...
Of course it is. Yeah. Already, Ollie's like, I know exactly what will make Goldstein laugh, and it works perfectly.
Yeah, good.
You have a good weekend before we go into World Cup mode?
I did, actually. I'm trying to think what I did. So Saturday, one of my little boys had a tournament.
Which one's your favourite one?
Because there's no such thing.
Hold on. Right, your favourite one, yeah.
No,
Okay, yeah.
Teo done really well. Scored a couple of goals. They went out, but it was good.
Oh, dear. He scored 2, like his dad?
Yeah, he did,
Okay,
he's
yeah,
fine.
that's good, yeah.
And then... Yeah, that was pretty much it. Paddle tournament yesterday. Went out in the quarterfinals. Rubbish.
Oh, no, mate.
Yeah.
You've never won one, have you?
Yeah, I have, yeah. That won a big one. Me and Dwight, remember? Dwight Gale won that one. The next round, that is in Dubai.
When you say big one,
You know.
you
Yeah,
got money going in there.
we won
That's
that,
nice.
Yeah. And the next round of that's in Dubai.
You going to that?
Depends.
Well,
innit?
oh, you got another... one of your kids' sports days of here?
No. This one lasts a week.
Hello, Max here. Can I take? I need to take next week off my kids' sports day. It was March. Yeah, I just need to do it.
Yeah. So but other than that, how about you?
I went to a wedding. A friend of mine's daughter got.
Oh, you look sharp. I've seen the pictures.
Thanks, man. Yeah, cheers. Good
you look
work.
sharp.
He had a wedding. It was the first wedding of my mates' kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You get to a certain stage in life where all your mates get married, and you go to those weddings. And now I'm at the stage where it's all my mates' kids are starting to get married, and that was the first one.
That tells you something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, funerals after that, but that was good. But I wanted to tell you something because something happened to me while I was there, and I thought I'll tell Bentley and I'm listing millions from around the world this story. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I've told you about the one that lives in my house called John.
John the ghost in your house.
No, I told you.
Yeah, you knew his name. How'd you get his name?
Because we had some spiritual woman come to the house and just like say, "Oh, his name's John."
Oh, it's a bit random, that, isn't it? What's his name?
No, but I think his
name's Dave.
No, but I think he's part of the history of the house.
All right, what did John do?
I don't live there.
Yeah, I know, but what's the history of John?
I think he passed away there, so his spirit is always going to be there, apparently.
All right, okay.
And I'm probably just,
You live next to a graveyard, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That's too scary.
Nah, it's not, man.
So anyway, we rented this, I say Airbnb, which sounds like it's going to be a tiny, but it was like this country estate.
Yeah.
It was absolutely mind-blowing. It was acres and acres. But as soon as I got there, because I hate all creepy things, as soon as I get there, I'm like, oh, it's going to be haunted. So that means I'm going to have to drink loads of alcohol every night, so I just pass out.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the reasons. And we walked in, and there was just this sort of presence, but it wasn't a presence. Maybe I'm just imagining. Anyway, middle of the night, I swear to you this is true. Middle of the night, I get up, got to go to the toilet, right? And I go in, and it's got one of the old school toilets, you know, with the water flow above it, and you got to pull the handle down the chain. And so it's a big wooden toilet seat. Now I lifted it up, right? I lifted up the toilet seat, and then it wasn't. What's that? 90 degrees or 45? Is that 90 degrees? No, it wasn't 90 degrees. It was more. It was 120 degrees. Yeah. So there's no way it can fall forward.
Yeah.
It can. It's up against the system, right? It's right at the back. I swear to you, this is true. And halfway through my wee, and I'm awake. I wasn't one of those. I was drunk and I was having a wee. And while I was having a wee, the toilet lid came forward, stopped at 90 degrees, and then slung itself back, bang, against the top of the toilet.
Wow.
Whilst I'm weeing.
What happened?
And I just looked about and I just really quiet. I went, please let me finish my wee so I can go back to bed. And then I finished my wee and I went back to bed.
A bit weird, that.
That's really, isn't that scary? Isn't that?
They're not scary, but...
Oh, mate, what are you talking about? I'm having the toilet comes down, boom, and then goes back.
Them old country estates, they always do that.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I mean?
And in the morning, I was like, oh, you'll never guess what happened to me last night. That's too much for me. I can't handle stuff like that. It's too much. Although, if I had John living in my house...
Yeah, he's right, mate. He's cool. He sits in the corner, apparently.
Have you ever seen him?
I've never seen him, though.
He don't move anything.
No, it's not one of those where he picks up something and dash it across the room. But he's apparently just like, when we had this woman come in, she just said that, oh, yeah, his spirit's still here. He sits over there.
John's very basic, though.
Yeah, but he lived there.
Do you believe her?
If his name's John, I can't call him Dave.
Yeah, but how do you know he...
Because
that's right.
In my loft...
Yeah.
There's that history of the house.
There's his body.
No, it's like... it's like history of the house. Like, you got the old paintings of how it used to look. The people that live there. Because my house has only got 3 owners.
Yeah. How old is it?
The last people that lived there were there for like 60 years. The people before that were there for like 100 years.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's...
Are they buried in the graveyard next door?
I don't know, probably in the garden somewhere.
Oh, my God. That's scary.
But John, shout out John, man. Man just sitting in the corner doing his thing.
I'll tell you what is scary. How about this for a link? It's the knockout stages of the World Cup. Huh?
Appalling.
That's why I'm paid the big bucks.
Why is it scary? I need you to elaborate.
Well, if you lose a game, you're out.
And that's scary.
Yeah, for some. We'll be on Wednesday night. Right. If you went to bed early and you didn't watch Canada against South Africa, by jingo, did you miss a night of football?
Shuttleberg down the right-hand side for Canada, gets the cross into the South Africa box, comes to Eustachio! Oh my word! Stephen Eustachio has surely won it for Canada! The first minute of added time! A man without a goal in nearly 3 years for his country! And from the edge of the box, he's planted it beyond Williams into the bottom corner.
Yep, we're there now. 92nd minute winner for Canada saw them become the first side to reach the last 16. They're going to play the winner of Netherlands or Morocco in the next round. So enjoy it now, Canada. I bet you saw all the highlights of that game. Obviously, we were fast asleep. Lots of clips going about the penalty and
It's a pen, 100% Stonewall.
Jesse March going nuts as well. But I really like Jesse March's sort of team talk. I thought that was quite inspiring. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I like Jesse March. He gets a bad rap from what happened over here. Certainly in this country, we kind of talk about him, and it's not really a glowing reference. I mean, listen, the job that he did, I would say, wasn't great, so I understand it. But what he's done for Canada there, and you're right with the speech, and it was a Stonewall penalty.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that not that he tried to storm onto the pitch to get to the ref. I think it was during a hydration break, but his players stopped him, and they almost said, "Don't do that." Do you know what I mean? Let us just get through this game, and then if you've got anything to say, do it after. Don't do it now. Don't make the story about you doing that. So I quite like that. But no, fair play to Canada. Again, I've said it before. I think it always does really well and bodes really well for any World Cup when the host nations do well. So obviously Canada have made it through, Mexico have made it through, USA have made it through. They're all doing really well, and I think that makes for a better World Cup. I think. But for Canada, fair play to them against South Africa. Yeah, ranked number 60 in the world. It's a good result. Canada, all you can do is do what you do, and they.
Oh my God! If you're into the last 16, that's unbelievable.
Oh boy, what they got waiting for them next.
I know, but it's the World Cup, right? I'll say anything can happen.
It can, but Morocco, Netherlands, both of them.
Yeah.
Decent.
You'd expect whoever wins that to go into the last day. I agree with you, Beer.
And do you know what's the most impressive thing about Canada? Alphonso Davies not even starting yet.
I know. Did you see the round of applause he got when he came on?
Mate, I'm not surprised. That superstar.
Yeah. By the way, as we were in the round of 32, just thought I'd bring you up to date. Now, Scotland had a 5% chance of qualification on Friday. That is now down to 0.00% of making it into the knockout stages. And, of course, we'll keep you up to date on that throughout the tournament. Right, things should liven up tonight. Brazil against Japan, 6 p.m. Oh, that's going to be a humdinger, isn't it? And that is the perfect time for us.
6 o'clock. I mean, the 9:30 game is one of those where maybe a first half watch and then bed. But the 6 o'clock Brazil-Japan.
It's amazing. Mate, get this. A mate of mine, Simon, I was with him last night. He says to me, I'm telling you now, Japan win that game. I'm like, talking about. He went, I'm telling you, I've watched them. I can't see that. Can you?
I can't see it, right? But it's one of those games where if Brazil are going to come unstuck, it's games like this where we've seen it so many times in the past where, certainly the last World Cup, I'm thinking they scored the late goal. Neymar scores that great goal against Croatia. I'm thinking they're going to go through. They could see straight away, and then they go out on penalties. This is one of those banana skins. I think if they were playing against, and this is no disrespect, like someone like a France who have already won the World Cup, or Spain, or someone of that ilk, I think Brazil kind of, not that they'd raise their levels, but they would go, okay, listen, this is proper.
No, you raise your levels for this.
No, but they will. But my point is, because it's Japan, it's one of those where, for Japan, it's almost like a free hit. Because you're playing against Brazil, the world champions. Brazil, I almost feel like they've got this reputation that they've got to uphold. 5 times world champions, more than anyone else.
Yeah.
It's Brazil, it's the yellow shirt.
Your team as well, isn't it?
Right, it's one of those, right? But for Japan, who have really impressed me in this competition so far, it's a tough game for Brazil.
I think because you've also got Germany against Paraguay. That's at 9:30. Of course, both games on talkSPORT. I think you've got more chance of Germany getting beat tonight than Brazil.
No way.
I said more chance of. I just can't see. I can't see Brazil losing in a million years tonight.
Oh no! See, watching Brazil for obviously you've watched them a lot longer than I have, but I just feel that.
What do you mean?
Your age,
mate. The first tournament I saw Brazil in was 1958.
So
as a young kid, I mean, you see that? How'd you pronounce?
Oh, you went? Have you still got the shirt for
What's
that
his name? Polly, P-E-L-E. How'd you pronounce that? Pele. It'll be good.
Yeah,
I remember saying that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Japan are decent, man. You got to think Japan ranked 18th in the world. Brazil 6th. Like, there's not that much difference.
No, there is that. No.
And Japan have played well in this competition, so I'm not convinced. And I watched Brazil again. I've seen Brazil throughout, and yes, they've got better. But the Morocco game weren't great. Been better since then against Scotland and Haiti. But this Japan team, they're a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, but do you think both favourites are going to go through?
I'd expect. I think Brazil will win, but I won't bet anything on it.
Okay.
And Germany will beat Paraguay.
Both games, of course, live on talkSPORT. Just a reminder, Scotland's chances of qualification is now down to 0.00%. We're laughing at.
You just going for the Scots?
Well, that's where we're at the moment. Oh, it was all up and down like last week. Will they, won't they? Just keeping people up to date. And Steve Clarke has also resigned as manager.
That's
the result of that. It's weird because they've got a 0.00% chance of. I thought they'd wait till the World Cup's over.
Bit sad though. I feel for him, Steve Clarke.
He got absolutely slaughtered, didn't he?
Slaughtered. But do you know, I get it.
2 weeks ago, he was the Messiah, wasn't he?
Do you know what it was? It was that even though they beat Haiti, it was that performance. But they haven't played well in the 3 games that they played.
No.
They didn't play well, even though they got 3 points on the board.
He didn't roll the dice. That was a problem.
Nah, but I feel for him. I like him, man. Steve Clarke.
We'll also be getting more Scotland reaction with the likes of Celtic legend Jackie McNamara and someone who wasted 2 weeks of her life following them in the States, Shabana Hearn. well, you never get that time back. What an absolute waste of time. Also, going back to what I was talking about with when I went to the toilet, I saw the ghost. If you've gone to the toilet late at night and you've seen anything scary, let me know. Actually, we won't do that today. If you want to have your say on all things England, we'll talk about England on Wednesday night they play. And you and I were talking about them in the office today. Is it a potential banana skin?
Yep.
03717223333. So much coming up in today's show. When we come back, we'll turn our attention to the back pages and the brilliance of Jude Bellingham. It's 6:16. It's Monday. It's the breakfast show. I think it's going to be sunny today. What have you made of Stevie Clarke? He's come under the spotlight for how he's handled the journalists. He's come under the spotlight how he's set up Scotland, certainly in the second game as well. And some people have even questioned why he's had his term there extended before this World Cup. What do you make of that?
Well, Stevie Clarke, I played against him, and I know him, and he's not a Jose, you know. He's a very quiet guy, to be honest. And you have to look at what he's achieved as Scotland manager. It's brilliant, absolutely up there with the best. So. You know, people have got to realise in the press, I know the press getting on this, you know, this storm of the fans and the Tartan Army and we party and all that, but the press have got to realise, you know, where our players play, who they play for in the big league, in the World League. And we've done well to get there. We could have qualified, and I don't think we will. I think Steve Clarke's been frank and he's been honest. And I think he's right. There's too many permutations against us. Which is going to, again, we're going to be crying losers, you know, oh, if only. I had it in 82. You know, we should have beaten Russia in the final game. We drew 2-2 because we conceded 2 goals against New Zealand, first game, 15th of June. So we knew it was going to be tough. And that was a side with Souness, Hansen, Dalglish, Strachan, etc. You know, it was a John Robertson. Great side. It's not easy when you get the big league. And, you know, the final stages, and I'm afraid we're just going to be, once again, we're just going to fall short. But it's a shame because the pun...
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Win 26 grand in your hand, courtesy of talkSPORT Win.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6:20. You're waking up to the World Cup breakfast show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and a man who is 116th in the all-time goal scorer list for Burton Albion. They've only had 115 pros.
Honestly, you
Darren Bent.
Why, what is going on here?
Why are you upset with that? That's a fact. Oh, we're not allowed to read facts out anymore?
No, I don't want
Right,
facts.
no more facts.
No, none, please.
What's wrong with that?
I don't want that.
Why shouldn't you be proud of that?
Because I'm not. That's why. What kind of question is that?
A reminder, if you want a chance to win 26 grand tax-free cash, you need to head to talksportwin.com to enter for 14.
Look how he laughed his face off.
Oh, good work. We're updating people's brains.
Okay.
I like that.
Nice that.
Right, time for a quick coffee break and a look at the back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Quality coffee, quality day.
We can say good morning to the superstar that is Laura Kirk-Francis. Good morning, superstar.
Morning, how are we doing?
I'm good, very well, although I came in on the handover when you walked down and heard the bad news from Sam Ellard that he's now young, free and single again.
I think that's good news. It's good news for the ladies who are listening.
It is good news for the ladies that are listening, but
He's been trying for about 6 years, man. That's not a good thing.
I know, yeah. And the way she said it, I'm in between jobs, which is basically I'm unemployed, and she still doesn't want a free dinner.
I know, right? I mean, her loss. Her loss.
How if you were young, free and single, would Sam be the type of man you could?
Absolutely. He's a lovely boy.
You're
knows
such
his sport.
a lie. You looked away.
What am I going to say no on
but
live on air?
You could say no. He's not. You could be honest with me.
No. I think Sam's an absolute catch, and I think anyone who's listening, get in touch.
I mean, you started with he's a lovely guy.
He's a lovely guy.
Yeah, he's got a good personality.
And he loves sport.
He does. He's an interesting guy. I have loved the 4 weeks we've had together.
Why are you stammering so much?
No.
I was always told for every pot there's a lid, right?
Yeah.
We just got to find his lid. That's all we got to do.
Yeah.
Right? Must be out there.
Never heard that before.
Have you not?
Never.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Nice.
I don't know about nice, but
Yeah. Although some pots don't have lids, so you never know.
That's what I was thinking.
Right, how was your weekend, by the way?
It was lovely.
What did you do? What was the highlight? One second. Highlight.
Played tennis with the wonderful Amelia.
Oh, yeah, how
Friday
was
night. It was great. It was a bit hot, I think, for tennis.
Yeah.
I think it was still about 35 degrees when we played.
Wow. That's too much.
So way too much. So we just had a hit. Nothing too competitive.
A knock.
A knock, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe next time we'll have a competitive game.
All right. Saturday and Sunday, anything exciting?
What did I do Saturday and Sunday? Just watched a lot of cricket, which we're going to talk about in a minute.
All right. Should we do it now?
Should we do it now?
Is that what you're starting today?
No, we're actually going to start with Jude Bellingham, if that's
Okay,
all right.
go.
Yeah, let's start with Jude Bellingham. Plenty of praise across the back pages for Jude Bellingham's performance. The Daily Express, belle of the ball. John Cross says Bellingham is England's Mbappe, Lionel Messi and Vinicius Jr.
What?
Jeez, wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk about going overboard.
Yeah, he's not one. He's all of them.
He's all three of them.
Wow. You didn't chuck a Pele in there or Zidane?
No, just those three for the moment.
Yeah.
The Guardian has said, calling the tune, soloist Bellingham lifts another joyless display. And the Daily Mail, England are finally getting the best out of box-to-box Bellingham, and having him is like having an extra man. I'd agree with that one. I think that was one of his most complete performances as a midfielder.
Great goal. Get his leg in that place.
I think that's his position, But the thing is, this is the problem we've got, is that you can do that because Declan Rice is no longer there. You could play Elliot Anderson and then Jude as the 8, and I like him as the 8. But what do you do when Declan comes back? Because for Arsenal, as you'd well know, he's been so good in that 8 role. So are you going to then push Jude again further forward? I'm not quite sure how the dynamics
do you
going to
think
work.
it works better with Declan playing the 6 and then Jude playing the 8 or the 10?
I think the 8 or the 10, and then you get another, and then you get Morgan Rogers in as the 10.
Right.
But I just don't want to see Declan back into that 6 role.
Is Bellingham our most important player behind Kane?
Great question. Behind.
Well,
so second.
Is he our best player? Is he our most important player now after that performance?
I'd still say Kane is ahead, but Jude Bellingham, I mean, the question marks going into the World Cup were apt, and this is why I don't understand it. Like, we do it to our own. Like, Jude's obviously he's a young man. He's played at the highest level for a little while now, ever since he was, 15 at Birmingham. And it was almost like we were looking for excuses, like, nah, he shouldn't play. He is so good in moments where we really need Jude, the important goal, the first goal, or games to get us through to the knockout stages or get us out the group. He's always been there.
Yeah.
So for me, he's huge for England. If we didn't have him, I'd worry.
Yeah.
I'd really worry.
Yeah. A quick word on our right back situation, Andy, if I can.
Shambolic.
Shambolic.
Is that a quick word?
That's a quick word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it was a problem. There were some key areas in this squad, and it was like, why are we not taking Palmer? Why are we not taking Trent? And Trent was one of them. And he'd be first choice. Although we were talking about this in the office, Benny made a really good point. That it's not just this England manager, it's Southgate before never fancied him. I don't know what the problem is, but we have a problem at right back now.
Well, shambolic right back, shambolic England cricket, if I can make that a segue. Thank you very much.
That
was good, wasn't it? Thank you.
Really good, really good.
It's only taken me 4 weeks to get to that level. Ben Stokes' retirement, absolutely remarkable 20 minutes or so at the cricket yesterday. So he made his announcement 15 minutes pre-tee, comes on, then takes a wicket, and then opens the batting. The Sun have called him the greatest showman. The Mirror, that's all Stokes. The Times have gone with Stokes is one of England's most influential players of all time. Andy, how do you feel about how this saga has ended?
I'm pleased he's done it. Right? I think if all this madness that happened a couple of weeks ago wouldn't have happened, he wouldn't have retired. I think it's literally his way of saying he's sticking two fingers up the ECB. I'm devastated for English cricket. I'm devastated a little bit for him. I'm sure he'll be hurting. But it's the right thing. They didn't back him. I thought it was a grown man going out for a drink after a curfew. He shouldn't have done it. Okay, slap on the wrist. We move on. We're never in this scenario. The people at the ECB should be ashamed of themselves.
I think the way that it has transpired, someone who's so important to England cricket, this is how it goes out, feels quite unfair. I know he wanted his moment and he got his kind of guard of honour because he opened the batting, but we still got a test match to play. There's still another day of cricket.
Oh, well, that's done though.
Well, it's kind of done, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So where do we go from here for England cricket?
Oh, but let Benny answer that one. You don't.
Where do we go from here, Fenty?
Well, I know where he goes. He goes to the cash machine. He goes and makes zillions.
Oh, yeah,
of pounds,
IPL.
Right?
IPL,
yeah, Ben Stokes, IPL.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Well, we discussed this on the early breakfast show. Sam is absolutely convinced that Ben could make a comeback, that he's going to be waiting in the wings for the Ashes next summer.
Maybe.
Could you see that?
I think there needs to be a change at the ECB. I think whoever's responsible for making that decision needs to go, and then he'll come back. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's possible, right?
I mean, he's a fantastic player.
One of our best.
Yeah, big personality as well. But as Andy said there, it's just a bit of it's a crazy one. We've always had problems with cricket players that have got a little bit of edge. I remember going back to like Peterson and Flintoff, them boys. Like, remember the match they were always in. So I just think sometimes you've got to take the rough with the smooth, right?
Yeah, you've got to know how to manage these people, right? Does he benefit us massively? Was it a big problem him going out after the curfew? Not really. He's a grown man. He shouldn't have done it. Slap on the wrist, you carry on.
Yeah.
It's absolutely barking that we're in this scenario.
Yeah, well, I think you've got Moeen Ali on the show a bit later today, so keen to hear, I believe,
great.
anyway,
Great.
what he thinks of it.
Yeah.
And then a quick one to finish, Emma Raducanu out of Wimbledon. So she's pulled out on the eve of the tournament because of a stress fracture. So I had a scan last night. At this point, Benty, do we just feel sorry for Emma? It seems like she cannot catch a break.
Do you know, I'd love to have a conversation with a tennis expert because
I'm here.
I'd need to know what's happened since she won that 2021 US Open, because all I've heard from that is that she's obviously changed trainers and how many times. There's the injuries, the loss of form, there must be something going on in her life that why it's not been consistent. Because after that, everyone's thinking, she's won that one as a wild card, by the way. You go, here we go. But it's nothing since then.
But in other sports, you get it. I don't want to bring it back to snooker. But in 1986, you had a player called Joe Johnson who just about qualified and then beat the unbeatable Steve Davis in the final. And that was his swan song. That was his first and only world championship. And then he sort of, went back to being a top 16 player and never really reached those heights again. In other sports, we don't go nuts if you don't get up there, because she won it such a big tournament, one of the four, at such a young age. We're all, every tournament's like, win it, win it, win it. I just don't think that's her game.
But it's always the changing of trainers. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, well, she's looking for the Holy Grail, right?
Yeah. Looking to replicate what happened, but clearly can't, so real shame there.
Laura, thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure. That was, what's the matter now?
Is it right if I can quickly read this out?
Well, I've just got to read this out.
It's very important for Sam Ellard, though.
Okay, you go on then, read it out.
It says, my friend, Adele, early 30s, works at London Bridge Hospital. Would be perfect for Sam. I've said so many times, I always hope we'd bump into him in the Redwood.
Wow, okay, this could be something.
There you go.
This could be something.
That person, what's her name?
It says my friend Adele. She hasn't left her name.
Adele, call up now. 03717 and take details, and maybe we'll get Adele's friend on the phone. And is Sam in the office?
He is, yeah.
In this hour, the first hour, technically, on the breakfast show is like nothing really happens, right? No one's really listening.
Oh, thanks.
So we could get them to call up and speak to each other. Oh, by the way, I asked my producer Ollie to make a jingle for first caller. Have you done it? Have you done the jingle? Right. So if you want to be the first caller, and this happens every day, we're going to play it. If you want the jingle for you want to be the first caller of the week on talkSPORT. 03717223344. And when you come on, we'll play the Never Heard Before jingle, which our producer has made. Spent money on it? No, of course you haven't. Right, that was all thanks to our friends at Costa Express. Just a reminder, if you're waking up, Canada, they're through to the round of 16 after a last-minute goal against South Africa. They will face Morocco or the Netherlands in the next round. Coming up after Messi scored another goal this weekend, we're joined by a man who played with him at the New Old Boys Academy. Stay tuned. This is the World Cup Breakfast Show on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and the 2008 League Cup final unused substitute, Darren Bent.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Quality coffee, quality day.
Bentley has been terrified all week about the Ghanaian witch doctor he slagged off.
No, he did not.
Supposedly putting a curse on Harry Kane and England's number 9, subsequently missing a sitter. Now, thankfully, the witch doctor, of course, lifted the curse.
It's funny.
Right. Now, there was a report in The Sun that you, Emmanuel, were cursed by a witch doctor.
It's Senegal.
Ignored it
2002.
and got injured.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, before the World Cup in 2002. No, after the World Cup, actually, because we went out very quickly, during the World Cup in Asia. And when I came back, I was in holidays in south of France, and I had a friend, he was selling watches, on the beach, and he was expecting me. He was waiting for me for days, and then when he saw me, he came to me straight away, and he said, "I'm so happy to see you because I have something important to tell you." And I said, "What is it?" And he said, "You have to be very careful because you have how can I say that?
Curse?
A curse, yeah, on you, and you have to follow exactly what I'm going to tell you." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "You have to go in Africa and you have to buy a cow and you have to kill it, and you have to follow."
Bit detailed and extreme, that one.
Yeah, but I said, "Listen, I understand, and I really appreciate that, but this is your traditions, and I'm not into it, so I won't do it." And 6 months later, I had to stop. But is it coincidence?
USA 94. What a summer when football became soccer in the blazing heat. It was also the tournament where fashion peaked. This, my friends, is Alexi Lalas. No, he wasn't Scottish. That's a full-blooded American right there. But in all seriousness, forget the hair. Look at the jersey. Dreamy 90s clobber. And it was everywhere. That's the legend that's Georgie Hagi of Romania, OVS, Brazilian shot stopper, Taffarel, and a Dutch guy. I mean, this was the period we were getting top quality in the Premier League too, but the national team designers raised the level even higher. The pitch was their catwalk as we got Germany, Bolivia, Sweden absolutely rocking it. The kind of kit we're shelling out for on retro sites to this day. And Spain, another beauty. 10 points if you recognise that guy. Of course, this was America, so the cheerleaders didn't want to be outdone. But in the end, two of the less is more designs made it to the final. And when Baggio blazed over, Dunga got the honours. The entire summer was an explosion of colour that would have broken Instagram. Sorry, just trying to get that Larson one off eBay. 70 quid. Bargain.
Morning, everyone. 6:35. World Cup breakfast show. Me, Andy Goldstein. What's the matter? What are you doing?
Do you know what? Sorry. Because Emma uses the same plug.
Yeah.
She turned it so loud.
Starks, Ben Starks. It's a World Cup breakfast show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Benton, Arnold Clark.
Yeah.
Ben Starks, who are celebrating a massive summer of football by a used car, and you'll be entered into their weekly draw to win the cost of it back. If you're wondering what me and Bentley do in the ad breaks, the last one, we tried to spell the word pneumonia together.
Mm.
Now, producer Ollie, I'm guessing, went to, do you go to university? So do you know how to spell pneumonia? This is where we're up to. P, yeah? Now, the next letter we struggle with. You think it's what?
I think
it's N. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? No, don't help. Are you helping him?
No, it's not. No.
What did you say?
You think he's going to help me?
You thought it was H, didn't you?
Yeah.
Either of us right? I'm right, PN. Okay, we'll do the next letter later. See, throughout the whole show, see if we can spell the word pneumonia.
All right.
All right, PN. I think we struggle after that. Right, back to football. Now, moments after Scotland's World Cup exit was confirmed, manager Steve Clarke announced his resignation after over 7 years in charge. Former midfielder Charlie Adam says it's crucial the Scottish FA line up the right replacement.
The whole Scottish FA have to have a look at themselves in terms of, right, what way are we going to go next? Yeah, we've been disappointed in the tournaments, the results. But, we have to remember we've not been to a World Cup in 20-odd years. So to come around and go, yeah, but we need to play a different way. Everybody was cheering when we were beating Denmark in the last qualification group, playing the same way as we did at the World Cup. So, we knew that Steve a little bit more pragmatic than most coaches, but he's done a fine job in terms of getting us to tournaments, which, by the way, we've not been able to do in a number of years. So, yeah, I just I'm disappointed for him because it'll hurt him.
Very bizarre that they've sacked him. Managers linked with the Scotland job include David Moyes, I get that. Millwall boss Alex Neil, yep, and Postecoglou.
Yeah, the Postecoglou one makes no sense to me. I know.
Have you not seen enough evidence?
No, and the link they're talking about, obviously Celtic, what he did at Celtic, I get that. But the Alex Neil one's decent. I think, what the job he's done at Millwall, I think, you look at him last year with Millwall, limited budget, like hardly anything, gets them to the playoffs. Obviously, they lost in the playoffs, but the job he did at Millwall was incredible. And I know, obviously, he wouldn't want to leave Millwall, but to me, that makes sense. Like, right profile. I think he's a good manager. I think he's a good coach as well. But it does feel kind of harsh from Steve Clarke. But again, getting them to a World Cup, could they have got out of the group? Could they have done a bit more, probably? Because that's the thing. I just don't think they played well enough in the two games.
Probably, they are Scotland. They're a tiny little nation.
Wait, but listen, Cape Verde made it out. That's the problem you've got when you have nations like that. Cape Verde.
Oh no, but I agree with everything you're saying. But right, 1-0 against Haiti, they should have maybe scored 2 or 3.
Well, there you go.
Okay, fine. Morocco, right?
Yeah.
They conceded early. He set up incorrectly. He didn't want to lose that game. He set up. They conceded really early, and they had 2 penalty shouts.
Mm-hmm.
That could have gone either way. Brazil, for some reason, I know the argument is okay. I'm going to say they played out from the back and they shouldn't have done. They got caught. I think it was twice against Brazil. But that's obviously his tactic. So he's to blame for that. But I'm just saying the fine lines we're dealing with. He's got you to the World Cup.
I get it. But I think after the feel-good factor around Scottish football and the way they got there, the Denmark result.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. I mean, listen, he resigned. He stepped down. Like, he wasn't sacked, which I think was the right thing to do. They've allowed him to kind of step away. But I just think that's the problem you've got, is that you look at some of the teams that have qualified, and it's quite harsh, but I think there's no the fact Cape Verde can get out and you can't. That's the problem, because Cape Verde were with Spain, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia. Now, that's probably a lesser group than the Brazil, but still, Cape Verde is the first international tournament ever, and they've done something that Scotland haven't.
No. That's a fair point. If you want to have your say on that, you can. 0371 722 3344. Just a reminder, Canada, they are through to the round of 16 after a 1-0 win against South Africa. That was last night. But over the weekend, we saw even more Messi magic.
For Messi in the day, there's the hat-trick for Lionel Messi. 200 up, and it's a World Cup hat-trick that has got Kansas City rocking.
Well, I'm just sat here shaking my head. How does he do it?
I woke up this morning and the first thing I'd done at 5:05 was check the Argentina score. Messi, Messi, Messi.
And here is Messi! Lionel Messi becomes the World Cup's all-time top goal scorer.
He's just an entertainer, isn't he?
Argentina's number 10, left-footed shot, and there it is! History once again for Lionel Messi, the first man to score in 7 consecutive World Cup Finals matches. His 19th goal in the World Cup Finals.
Yeah, the records, they keep tumbling for the greatest of all time, who's opened up a 2-goal lead over Mbappe, Dembele. Oh, what actually that was, by the way, Vinicius and Haaland for the Golden Boot. For more on Messi's brilliance, we're joined now by someone who actually came through the same youth system in the 90s. I'm very excited to talk to him. Ex-Null's old boy defender, Matheus Fondato, joins us. Matheus, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning for you. Here is like 2:30 a.m., so it's a kind of a good time difference.
Still a good morning, though, right?
Still good morning, yeah.
Yes, okay, fine. Well, okay. And thanks so much for coming.
I will stay awake.
No, you've done well to stay awake. I appreciate that. So much to talk about when you talk about the greatest player, in my opinion, ever to lace a pair of football boots. Before we talk about what he's doing at the World Cup, can you just take us back to your earliest memory of him, how old you were when you played with him and the first time you saw him as a kid?
Yeah, actually, he's a bit younger than me. So we used to train in the same facility. So the thing is, everyone was talking about this tiny magician, like destroying teams. So everyone was paying attention to the games, to the trainings. Actually, as I told you, I was at that time I was starting to be in the first team, and the whole first team before going to the hotel, we just stay watching him. We had a little bit of time, like after the shower and until the bus left the hotel. We just went to watch his games. That it was just absurd, you know, to watch him playing. It's actually the same than now, but when he was like 9 years old.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. I mean, back then, of course, you wouldn't have seen that he would have gone on to become, in my opinion, as Andy said, the greatest player of all time. But could you see from even that young age that he was going to go right to the very top?
You could see, I mean, the thing was his size. He was very, very tiny, but at the same time, he used to have like it looked like he had like an adult mind, you know, playing against kids of that age. So you could see, maybe you wouldn't say that he would become what he actually became, but you could see he was like completely different to anything else that you've seen at that age.
And presumably he was playing the same role even back then as a 9-year-old.
Sorry?
Was he playing the same position back then?
Yeah. He was kind of number 10, but he was always scoring goals, 2, 3, 4 goals every game. So it was like, just as I told you, the same than now, but in a tiny pitch and being like a little kid.
For the club, obviously the Newell club, was there a lot of top players that came out of that academy?
Yeah, you have Batistuta, Pochettino, Maxi Rodriguez. It's Newell. So it's, you know, here in Argentina, it's one of the biggest academies in you know, you got like many top players that play World Cups, and you know, it's actually Marcelo Bielsa came from Newell's Old Boys also, that you know him very well. He was there at Leeds. So it's a kind of philosophy of trying to play nice football, and yeah, you have like big names across the years. Actually, Scaloni, our manager, comes from that academy also.
Wow.
There was one player I had my eye on, a defender. I just don't know what happened to him. What happened to? Do you remember a guy called Mateus Fontato? What happened to him?
He started play. He left Newell's, went to play to Greece, went to play to Belgium. Ended up living in England. Actually, I lived in England for 8 years after retiring. But you know, I played in Colombia, Paraguay, Greece, and Belgium, and back in Argentina also.
And I can see you've got an easel behind you. You're an artist nowadays, right?
I'm an artist, actually. Yeah. I started painting like portraits of footballers. I'm painting a car now. Actually, I stayed awake because I stayed painting. But I had the privilege of painting for many like Premier League players like Raheem Sterling, N'Golo Kante, Eric Lamela, Jermaine Defoe. So at that time when I was living in England, I was very connected to the Premier League players. And now I'm back here in Argentina, but actually I have to go to England before the end of the year. So I have English residence. And I need to go back to visit some friends.
What, have you sat down and painted Messi before?
Actually, he has one painting of me. Yeah, that's how I met him after so many years before the 2018 World Cup. Just to give him a painting in his hands and to visit all the Argentinian squad before the 2018 World Cup. And
how lovely!
We also
how lovely. Before I let you go, Mateus, just tell us if you can, put into words, what Messi means to the people of Argentina, because of course we know what it's like for everyone that's a football fan around the world, but when it's one of your own, it's just a little bit more special, isn't it?
It's so special, and it's actually, you know, here, like all the people from older generations, like they cannot stop comparing him to Diego. It's like you know, I don't like to compare them. I just love to enjoy them. For me, it's just so above everyone else. Like every other player. I mean, no disrespect to anyone else, but it looks like he plays a different sport. You know, it's like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of everyone. So, and actually at some point in Argentina, some people was like, complaining about, oh, he's not winning a World Cup. He will never do it. So after he won the World Cup, and now, in terms of the thing that he's doing now, it's just insane. It's just, it's unbelievable how he can keep doing exactly the same for so many years. And for me, I was like a person of football, so it was never in doubt. But I have some friends or some people that was, he still needs to win. So after he won the World Cup, no one could say anything else, So now there's no doubt about that.
I agree. Matthias, what a pleasure. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks for staying up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Nice to speak to you. There you go, Matthias Fontato, who came through the same youth system in the 90s of Lionel Messi.
Wow,
brilliant.
As it was mentioned in there. Wow.
Incredible, right? Batistuta come through as well. I wonder if he had the same hair. Still to come on The Breakfast Show.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Manage your Travis Perkins trade account online at travisperkins.co.uk or via the Travis Perkins app.
It might be a Monday, but still a great show. We've got loads more reaction to Ben Stokes' shock retirement with the man who played under Stokes' captaincy. Former England vice-captain Moeen Ali will be joining us just after 9. And Dutch legend Euro 2024 England coach Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank also in the studio from about 8 a.m. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins, 6:47.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Manchester City have agreed a £116 million deal to sign Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. The fee, as you might have guessed, is the most ever paid for a British player and represents a new record for Manchester City. He's 23, Anderson, and has now been given permission to undertake a medical right here in New York today, with the deal subject to the finalising of personal terms. You would think that will get done quick style. Alex, Elliot Anderson, this is a remarkable rise, isn't it?
Certainly is, when you think that he went from Newcastle to Forest for a relatively modest sum. I know Eddie Howe at the time didn't particularly want to cash in, but obviously they had issues with PSR.
Yep.
It's interesting, the figures. City side are saying 116 million. Forest side are saying actually it's nearer to 130 million. Either way, it's a record, as you say, for a British player, potentially a Premier League record.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Go on, everyone. 6:51. You're waking up to the World Cup Breakfast Show with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bennett alongside. What do we know this Monday morning? I hear you cry. Well, we know that England captain Ben Stokes announced his retirement from international cricket during... it was a quite bizarre moment during day 4 of the deciding test against New Zealand. England, they are 4 wickets down. They need another 269 runs to avoid a serious defeat today. Emma Raducanu will not play at Wimbledon after withdrawing due to a stress fracture in her lower right leg. And we're now into the knockout stages. The fun begins of the World Cup. We have waved goodbye to 17 teams after Canada's win against South Africa last night. Here to have a look at a few that have gone home, including Scotland, is our World Cup report. Max Scott. Scotty, good morning to you.
How you doing, UK?
Good, very well. You had a nice weekend?
Yeah, it was good. I just got a new dog, actually, so it's been
a bit random.
Yeah, got a new puppy.
Oh, congratulations.
So, sleepless nights. But
wow.
Unbelievable.
What dog have you got?
Golden Retriever.
Sleepless nights?
So the first night, he was whining for about 6 hours.
Where do you have kids, mate?
Yeah, well, I know. I'm not here trying to say it's more difficult. I don't know that. But
well done.
First night was impossible.
Well done. What's it called?
Goose.
Okay.
Oh, like that.
Where'd that come from?
My missus, she loves the name.
No, I mean, where did the decision to get a dog? Because you've never mentioned that before.
Yeah, and it's been in the offing for a while. I love golden retrievers.
Well done to you.
Anyway, should we talk football?
I mean, I'd rather talk more dogs, so I love dogs, but yes.
Okay, happy days.
It's hotting up now, right? It's hotting up, the World Cup. Now it begins.
It is, and there's been obviously some casualties in terms of managerial. The big news over the weekend was Steve Clarke, but there's been some more dramatic fallouts, and we'll start with South Korea, right? Because while Steve Clarke was sent off, saying he's had a historic contribution, rightly lauded for what he's achieved, you can't say the same for the South Koreans. The national broadcaster, in a post-match interview after they were eliminated against South Africa in that final game, blurred the face out of manager Hong Myung-boo, right? They blurred his face so that he couldn't be seen by the public.
Yeah.
Then the Supporters Trust essentially launched a petition for him to be sacked. They said the performance against South Africa was so lifeless, could be regarded as one of the worst in our history. And then the president of South Korea, Lee Jae-myung, says, I'm not just taken aback by this unexpected outcome, I'm utterly baffled. And then he takes a swipe at the South Korean FA. He's launching an investigation. He says, when loyalty is valued over competence and incompetent people are appointed to leadership positions, the outcome is all but inevitable. Root and branch change expected in South Korea. Brutal. The managers quit. The South Korean FA president, he's going to be gone. So I quite like this, though. I quite like the brutality of, call it out for what it is. And a bit of name and shame. Same with Uruguay. Marcelo Bielsa, obviously, that's been an absolute car crash. And there's multiple reports saying that the Uruguayan FA, after they were eliminated from the World Cup, refused to send the players back on a chartered flight on their private jet, made them all get make their own way home on commercial flights.
Gee, I mean, that is brutal.
That's amazing. Sounds like talkSPORT.
Do you know what? For South Korea, they've underachieved. With the players they've got in their squad, they should have 100% got out of the group. The fact they haven't, that's poor. But Uruguay, that's brutal. Make your own way home.
That's awful.
It's ruthless, but I like it.
I don't like the name. The Prime Minister coming into it. That's a little bit nuts. A bit frightening.
No, but I think World Cup football is so
Someone's
big.
got to lose, D. Someone's got to go home.
Yeah, but I think there's expectation. I don't think... So for South Korea and Uruguay, I think realistically, they don't think they would have won the World Cup. They've got a great chance that they wouldn't have won it. The fact they can't get out of the group, that's where the problems start.
Yeah. Okay. What else you got for us, Max?
Well, that was it, really. I just wanted to go through some of it. But can I give you some context on South Korea?
And you get paid for a whole shift.
Yeah, that's it for me. Done that for the rest of the day.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
But some of the context on this South Korea stuff, I know it sounds harsh, but the FA, the FA were at the sort of centre of this storm. They'd appointed Jurgen Klinsmann, paid him loads of money, then sacked him in 2004. Then the manager they reappointed to bring him in had already managed him in World Cup failure before. He's under investigation in local courts for essentially just giving his mate a job, the head of the FA.
Yeah.
And so I actually think if there is sort of a level of corruption and incompetence at the top level, we know how much football means to people, then I think it's right that the president comes out, calls it out and says this ain't good enough because it is a shameful act to treat your national football team with such disrespect. So I'm like, fair play to South
I know, but you're going to ruin that manager's life forever. You can't come out and slaughter him like that. I mean, you've got to understand what it takes to get a team or a country to a World Cup, right?
No,
big art. Imagine if the Scotland Prime Minister came out and slaughtered Steve Clarke. We'd be like, what?
Yeah, no, I get it, but I just think sometimes it's done a little bit different on the continent, isn't it? It's always different. And that
I know
Uruguay
that's
one,
too much.
the Uruguay one's crazy.
So if it happened over here, who's that? Is it Keir Starmer still?
No, he's gone, isn't he?
Well, he's still in post.
He's still in.
Yeah,
until
but he's
Burnham.
leaving.
Right.
Burnham,
Imagine-
17th of July.
No one really knows. Typically,
We do, we're there.
But imagine if Keir Starmer comes out and we lose on Wednesday night. Imagine he comes out and slags off the manager. We'd all be like, "What are you talking about? You stick to politics, mate. You don't know anything about football." Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. But the FA in this country isn't as incompetent as what we've seen in South Korea, and isn't being accused of just giving their mate a job. So
okay.
I'm obviously I've got to be careful what I say, but I don't recall a time where our FA or the system was ever involved in corruption, where you hear it quite frequently across the continent in terms of corruption at the very top. So, and then Max, you just spoke about giving jobs to his mates and that. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't really happen.
No.
In England at the FA.
Max, thanks for coming out. I know you got a hoodie. It's going to be nearly like 90 degrees
Well, I
out.
tell you what, it's so nice in this aircon studio, though, boys. So I can afford to enjoy the comfort of an early morning hoodie. Thank you.
I do like the forest hoodie.
It's a new one, isn't it? It's brand new. I can tell that's never been worn before.
Yeah, fresh out of the box.
Yeah.
Art football.
You know,
Unbelievable.
the Nottingham Forest kit in the middle. What was that? What was the sponsor?
Labatt's.
Yeah, I think of one player. God rest his soul. Chris Bart Williams wearing that.
Yeah, Chris Bart Williams was my first ever player I saw score a free kick live. He used to bang free kicks in for Forest week in, week out. Unbelievable player. First autograph I ever got.
I played with him at Ipswich.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, I played with him.
Unbelievable.
Who's your first? That's good. Who's your first autograph you ever got?
Bruce Dyer. Remember him?
No, I don't know.
Played for Palace. Played for Barnsley.
Bruce Dyer.
He used to live at the end of my road.
You just knocked on his door, did you?
Yeah. I did. I saw him coming home.
Yeah, I did.
He parked his car, knocked on the door. He was cool though, Bruce Dyer. What a guy.
Nice. Good work. Are you coming back in later on?
Yeah, I'm coming back in at some point.
See you a bit later. Good work as always, Max. Thanks for that. Later today, a reminder in the World Cup. Oh, what a game this is. Brazil against Japan. It's 6 o'clock. Germany against Paraguay at 9:30. Netherlands against Morocco at 2 a.m. All those matches, as always, live on talkSPORT. A reminder, Canada already through after a 1-0 win against South Africa. Coming up, we'll turn our attention to England. Bellingham and Kane give us hope of a World Cup win. We'll turn our attention to that next. You can have your say. 03717 223344. Dial that. You'll be next live on The Breakfast Show, 6:58.
When you look at Scotland over the 3 games, David, what is your overall assessment and takeaway? I mean, most of us looked at it and felt that Morocco and Brazil would be a reach to get anything from, and that the outcome of the Haitian game would be important and that goals needed to be scored. Criticism is being made of Steve Clarke. I'm not asking you to jump on the bandwagon, but the manner in which Scotland have played, the lack of bravery, the fact that they've been very negative in lots of people's minds, and Steve is a defensive coach. When you hear all those things, what's your assessment of these 3 games and the opportunities that Scotland have either taken or missed?
Yeah. Well, we spoke the other day. I think the biggest word what you're missing here, Simon, is quality. I don't think Scotland have the quality at the moment available to them to compete. I'm not saying that on the odd day that you wouldn't beat one of these teams and get good results, which we did against Denmark, for example, when we get through those games. But I just feel that generally Scotland have been short at that level. We talked about it a few days ago when we were talking about the Haiti game and only winning 1-0. We all felt it was a really good result. Not a really good result, but a good result because we had got 3 points. But you were right in what you were saying. We probably needed to score 3 or 4 goals. But I don't think MD, who's played Haiti yet, or certainly Morocco.
The 1982 World Cup gave us maybe the biggest redemption story in football. But to truly appreciate the rise of Paolo Rossi, we also have to understand his fall. 4 years earlier, in 1978, a 21-year-old Rossi was the next big thing in Italian football. His poacher's instinct in front of goal earned him a reputation, and he was constantly surrounded. Despite that, Rossi scored 3 goals as Italy secured a 4th-place finish. Then, in 1980, Italy was rocked by one of the most famous match-fixing scandals in football history, Toto Nero. It started when a market trader in Rome approached a restaurant owner whose venue was popular with professional footballers. The plan was simple: run an illegal betting operation where the public placed bets, not knowing that the players who ate at the restaurant were getting a cut to deliver certain results. The house and the players would always win. And it was all being run out of a Roman eatery. When a whistleblower went to the police, though, Rossi was suspended from football for 3 years. He consistently denied being involved and eventually had his ban reduced to 2 years. That allowed him to join Juventus for the final 3 games of the 82 season and win Serie A. And in those 3 games, Italy manager Enzo Bezzo saw a spark. Rossi was included in the World Cup squad and then the starting 11. In the groups, he did nothing. No goals, no assists, and the Italian public was begging for him to be dropped. Bear in mind, he'd played the likes of Peru and Cameroon and OK, Argentina. By the way, spot the very young Diego Maradona. Then, out of nowhere, he got a hat-trick against Brazil, another 2 in the semi-finals, and the opener in the final. Not only did he lift the trophy, he won the Golden Boot and the Golden Ball. It was maybe the biggest one-tournament turnaround the World Cup has ever seen. The whole story is so gloriously Italian, and considering he never played in a World Cup ever again, maybe it's one of football's greatest fairy tales.
Morning, everyone. Good morning. 4 minutes past 7. You're waking up to World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and alongside me, a man who cost Derby County, would you believe, £0. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah, we're in a free. What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. Free. What is free in the world at the moment? Nothing, apart from cheap strikers past their sell-by date. Darren Ben. Arnold Clark by used kind of upgrade event to get 2 years free servicing. There you go. Free servicing plus a chance to win the cost of it back this June. You enjoyed the first hour?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's good. Okay, fine. Thanks, Ben. Coming up, we will react to Ben Stokes surprising everyone announcing his retirement yesterday with someone who won the World Cup alongside him in 2019. Moeen Ali will be on the show. Shabana Hearn and Celtic legend Jackie McNamara will also join us after Scotland's blink and you'll miss it World Cup came to an end at the weekend. By the way, their chances, our boffins have been working on this, and usually they get most things wrong. I hope they're right here. Their chances, Scotland's chances qualifying for the knockout stage is now down to 0.00%. That's 100% right, is it? Okay, 0.00. So not looking good for them at the moment. No, not looking good for them at the moment. And Premier League legend, Dutch football icon, former England assistant coach, fence sitter, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will be with us in the studio for the final 2 hours. Let's get as much out of Jimmy as we can.
No, not giving him no disrespect, not giving him no stats.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, mate.
Legend.
Superstar. We'll be getting his thoughts on these 2 superstars who have been England's leaders of the World Cup so far.
Time now to get England's 2026 World Cup campaign underway.
How much does Bellingham want it? He showed last night he does. How much does Harry Kane want it? They believe that they can go and win the World Cup.
valuable is he going to be to England in this World Cup campaign? It's across the box and goal! Oh, what a start of the second half! Jude Bellingham!
He carries a lot of weight on his shoulders for such a young boy. I think people probably forget how young he is.
And England, who have this happy habit of starting tournaments so well and then failing in the second game.
Second game fever, you know, same as always with us, it feels like, I think.
It doesn't change too much for us in the group stage, so we just look forward to the next one to try and get to 7 points.
61 gone, it is still 0-0. Corner comes in, oh, it is in! Bellingham comes up trumps.
You could just sniff that goal coming, you really could.
For me, there's a responsibility to try and get the team going to another level.
Bellingham twisting left-hand side of the box, clipping it in for Kane! 2-0!
It is very vital that everyone is on points. The longer we want to go, everyone needs to be on point, and I think we will get there.
Come on, England. Come on, boys. Apart from the second 45 against Croatia, it's not been pretty at all, has it, really? 2 players, though, have stood out. Harry Kane, 3 games, 3 goals. It's more than you got in your career at Derby, isn't it? Jude Bellingham, 3 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. On the back page of The Sun this morning, Jude says Kane is the GOAT of the 3 lions. Benny, when people talk about Harry Kane, I can't believe this, but he does divide opinion.
We've had it so many times, haven't we?
Where do you think, amongst the majority of England fans, Harry Kane sits for greatest England player ever? Is he up there?
On stats-wise, I'd probably say yes. I mean, the guy's won World Cup Golden Boot, Euros Golden Boot, and I know people say he's a penalty merchant, but still, those trophies sit on his mantelpiece. But I guess you get judged on what you win at the end of it. Like, or you I almost feel like you've either got to win something or do something where the nation fall in love with you. And I go back to people. Like, people love Gaza. Didn't win anything, but for whatever reason, people say he's a genius.
But no England players do anything apart from.
My point. That's why you got to be something a little bit different.
Okay.
So Gaza.
In his pomp, well, he's smashing the place up. What's the matter with you?
That's right.
These footballers all the same.
I apologise.
In his pomp, who you have him, Wazza or Kane?
So I think goal scorer Kane is better. As a player, all-round player, I think Rooney is better. Okay. But at the end of the day, you're a striker. You're there to score goals, to win games, and he's done that. And I've just spoke about World Cup Golden Boots, Euros Golden Boots. I'd find a way of getting them both in if I had the choice.
Yeah,
Rooney and Kane.
Of course, you would have to.
Yeah.
Last question, then we move on to our next guest. Who's more important right now to England? Is it Bellingham or Kane?
I still say Kane, man. He's still the guy that's in charge of putting the ball in the back of the net.
Right, if you're watching on YouTube, it's time now to put on your sunglasses. Put your glasses on, Benny, because joining us now is someone that played alongside Kane 50 times for club and country. It's our very own, as we say, good morning to the wonderful Andros Townsend. Joins us. Andros, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are we? Got jokes again, I see.
No, listen, we love having you on the show. Have you got your sunglasses on, or they take the glare off?
I have. They're just a lighter tint.
I should say that I spoke to Andros over the weekend. I've ordered my what are they called? The closed mouth.
The mouth tape. Yeah.
I've ordered that for when I go to bed at night. What will that do for me? I've read a lot about it. What will that do for me when I sleep?
It will just stop you from breathing in and out through your mouth, which is obviously not good for you. To force you to nasal breathe, you're getting good quality air into your airways, and it stops you from breathing through your mouth, which isn't good for you.
Andros, I've been following your social media, and obviously I've known you a long time, and I've seen obviously some of the videos you're putting up. But I can remember you as a youngster at Tottenham when I was there, and you'd pay a lot of attention to your recovery and even your sleep. Yeah. So have you been doing this the whole time?
No, when I was younger, I thought I was being healthy, but I was following what society was telling me to do. 3 or 4 years ago, Bentley, I ruptured my ACL. I thought I was being professional. I thought I was doing everything right, but I wasn't able to heal. I was desperate. I was without a club. Nobody would take a chance on me. I wasn't getting better. And in the end, I turned to nature. I turned to food. I turned to grounding. I turned to everything that they tell you is crazy. I turned to. And within 2 or 3 months, I was back playing in the Premier League for Luton, feeling better than ever. No problems in the knee. And I'm now 4 years post ACL. I've not missed a game through injury since then. So, food and nature really saved me. People might say it's crazy, but it saved me. I'm still playing now to this day.
Proof is in the pudding, and you look fantastic. So, you can't argue with that. Can you argue, though, with the answer to the question, is Harry Kane England's greatest ever player? I don't know if you heard our little chat just now.
Yes.
I threw Wayne Rooney into the mix as well. What's your take on all things Harry Kane, Andros?
I think if you're talking about peak, I think Rooney Euro 2004. Nobody in my lifetime, nobody can beat that. But I think longevity, it has to be Harry Kane. Like, the guy made his debut 2015, I think, and then now 11 years later, he's still the go-to man. He's still the talisman, the captain, the top goal scorer. And I don't think any striker that I've seen in my lifetime has had that longevity that Harry's had. So for me, I have to put him above Rooney for that longevity.
Andrew, do you say he's England at the minute's most important player? Because him and Bellingham seem to be the two that are obviously putting up the most fight. I think there've been other good performances, but those two have stand alone. Would you say Kane is still the most important player?
I think so, because especially, Bentley, when you're playing your Panamas and your Ghanas, the chances are going to be few and far between because of how compact these sides are. DR Congo will be the same, and they get men behind the ball. They're compact, and you need a poacher. You need a Harry Kane who, barring that Ghana miss in the last minute, you give him a chance, he's going to score it. And we've seen in this World Cup, he's got 3 goals, I think it is. He's probably had 4 or 5 chances to score. So we need that when we're playing against a DR Congo or a Ghana. We need that clinical striker who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. And if he's injured or if he's not playing, I don't think Ollie Watkins offers something different. Ivan Toney as well, but I don't think we have that clinical striker in the box when we need it.
And just, I've really enjoyed the World Cup so far, but for me, it begins now, the knockout stage. England, of course, playing DR Congo. It's live on talkSPORT Wednesday. We, I don't know if you're aware of it, but we, as in me and Bentley and Drive Time, are meant to be going to New York at the weekend for the last couple of weeks of the World Cup. But we don't go if England get knocked out on Wednesday, right? What time should I pack my suitcase? How sure are you that we'll get through this match?
I commentated DR Congo against Colombia. They defend very well. They defend 5 at the back, 3 in midfield. They don't have much. This may be the famous last words, but they don't have much going forward. There's no real creativity. There's 2 strikers, Wissa and Bakombu, very isolated. Colombia really did batter them, especially in the wider areas. They had overloads in the wider areas and they had chance after chance. But they only won 1-0. They only scored in the 76th minute, I think it was. So I think it'll be a similar game to a Ghana, to a Panama, where it's all England, but it's just whether we can get that first goal, we can get that breakthrough. And if we do, I think it'll be a comfortable evening, but it's never that easy, as you've seen so far in the World Cup.
What time shall I pack?
You can start packing now if you want. Make sure you pack the sunglasses, though.
Yeah, you're like, and my tape. And my mouth tape. I'm very excited. I've ordered the mouth tape from Amazon. Very excited about that. I love stuff like that.
Andrew, the game's going to be played at Atlanta Stadium, obviously Atlanta, Georgia, 30-degree heat. Do you think that's going to be a factor, though? Because we've seen, it almost looks like, certainly when I've watched Congo before, a very fit team, obviously 90 minutes, can keep going. Do you think that could be a huge factor? I
think no, because England should have the possession. It shouldn't be a case of England are chasing. England should have 60-70% possession, so I don't think that'd be a problem. I'm wondering as well, is Atlanta the roof closed?
Oh, let's hope so. I know the NFL team. Yeah, the NFL team play with the roof closed.
Yeah, I did a game in Atlanta. I think the roof's closed, so I think we may be okay. There may be air conditioning. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think that will be an issue in terms of heat and humidity. But England are going to have possession, and DR Congo are going to be chasing for 60-70 minutes, so I don't think that should be a problem.
Okay. Andros, I love having you on our show. You're a great addition to not just breakfast, but to talkSPORT. Thanks so much for your time, man.
Cheers, Andros.
Pleasure.
See you again soon.
Anytime. Take care.
Thanks,
see you
man.
later. Bye-bye.
I think he's brilliant, Andros Townsend.
I talked to him about his mouth tape.
Oh, yeah, so you I can't remember what it's called. I'll show you. It's in my Amazon thing. I ordered it. And you put it, it's a big black square. You put it over your lips. But we've both got beards, so I had to find one that will work. And then when you go to bed, it forces you to only take in air through your nose. And that means it fills up your lungs, so it's better for you. See, when you take it off in the morning, you're meant to feel like rejuvenated. It's meant to be
not silly. This is not a stupid question, but
it will be a stupid question.
But it's not one of them where in the middle of the night, like have a bit of a panic up because I've never done it before. Do you have to eat yourself?
You got nostrils.
No, but I get it. But you know, it's like when you're like.
No, well, taking air for your nostrils.
Obviously, you've got hay fever, so you've had a bit blocked.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought that.
Yeah,
what happens if my nose gets blocked?
Yeah, so because you've got hay fever.
I'll be devastated if I woke up dead.
Do you know what I mean? You've obviously got a bit of hay fever, so you're a bit blocked.
Yeah.
So will you wake up in the middle of the night with a bit of panic up? Because you can't...
No, I assume if you have problems, you will wake up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone's actually died from just putting a bit of tape over it.
No, but still. Because you sounded very blocky at the minute.
Yeah, because hay fever, there's nothing I can do about it.
Well,
do you want? Why don't I bring you a couple in? You can try it out.
How much are they, like £6?
No, I think about £15 for a box.
Okay, yeah, mate, I'll give it a go.
All right, I'll bring you some and you can buy them off me. Don't forget, Yulia, Kane and Jude. You'll find out if they can fire us into the last 16. We take on DR Congo. It's live right here on talkSPORT, 5 p.m. Perfect time, 5 p.m. on Wednesday. The stadium is air-conditioned, I've just been told. So conditions will be perfect for England. I bet that changes if we play Mexico in Mexico City.
Oh, aircon's broke.
There ain't no aircon working that day. Don't forget, Canada already through after a 1-0 win against South Africa. Next up, it's all about Ben Stokes after he announced his retirement yesterday. But also, we'll talk about England's performance. And our next guest is called Harry Brook, a Mormon and an idiot after his innings yesterday. Moron. A moron. It might be a Mormon. We don't know. We'll find out right after this. 60 minutes past 7.
You mentioned him there, right, and about Nico Riley. Now, obviously, the manager made a change because he saw something in Ghana and he thought Spence would have been a better option. But you would have watched Nico week in, week out. Does it faze him, whoever he's playing against, however quick they are, strong they are? Is he just the perfect left back in terms of playing against anyone?
I tell you what is the difference between Nico and Jed Spence. Nico get you a goal. He will get you a Goldstein and get you a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen enough of Jed Spence. I'm not Tottenham fan. I haven't seen enough of him, so I don't know. But I would, being biased, he'd be the first name on the City team sheet, never alone the England team sheet. So, and when he came on, he had one of the two best chances. So, I wouldn't be quick to drop Nico. He's whatever he might lack as a fullback, he'll give you going forward the other way.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And he's fearless. He's fearless on the ball. You know, he can dribble like a midfielder. You know, he's a top player.
Let's sort of move it on to City while staying with England. You are edging closer to a deal for Elliot Anderson. And I said before the window opened, if United could buy one player that would be gettable, it would be Elliot Anderson. I'm not too sure about the price tag. I don't know what that's going to be. I know Forest have already rejected a deal worth about £121 million. Your views on him? You're excited by the prospect of him being a City player?
Yeah, I mean, I've never...
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Call me on my cell phone.
Late night when you need my love.
Go on.
Call me on your cell phone.
Why do that? That's what they do, don't they? In the background, there's always two of them. One sings it, one does the noises.
Bling. That can only mean one
20
thing.
past 7. Good morning, everyone. You're waking up to the beatboxer that is Darren Ben. And,
Beatboxer? I'm singing.
Can you beatbox?
No, I can't.
I bet you did back in the day.
Every child that likes music tried that.
You all right? What was that? A bit of Drake this morning because Canada are through to the round of 16 after a 1-0 win against South Africa. What's the connection? Is he Canadian?
Who? Yeah,
Drake.
obviously from Toronto.
What? How would I know that?
How would you not?
That's not the question, is it? How would you not know that?
Is that one of the biggest?
Okay, because there's stuff that I don't know, and that might be one of them.
Yeah, but he's like one of the biggest stars on the planet, musically.
He's not.
Well, he is.
He's not even in the top 10.
I think he probably is.
What, he's not bigger than Madonna. She's still alive.
We're currently, as we sit today, he is.
I bet he's not. I bet if you walk down Oxford Street with Madonna on one side here and Drake the other.
Oh, no. Drake beats her now in a minute.
What are we talking about?
He does, man.
More people are going to go, why is Madonna with Goldstein than...
No, I'm telling you now.
No, I'm telling you. You go in the office there, more people recognise Madonna than Drake.
No chance.
Oh, okay, fine. We'll do a little... Henry, would you recognise Drake and Madonna? Henry? Oh, he's eating. Right, so as World Cup FIFA taking over Canada after that win, here's Canadian football journalist Patrick Johnson for more.
Yeah, there, fellas, it was a sensational time here in Canada. People absolutely going wild, loving the result. Obviously, a story about a team that just kept grinding and grinding and grinding, as we would say in Canada. Finding a way. I mean, obviously, Alphonso Davies coming on with, 15 minutes left made a huge difference. Added a spark, I think, that they were starting to lose their sort of way a little bit. South Africans had defended so well and kept things to the outside. Obviously, Canada just needed a final touch. They finally got it, and the fact that it was Steven Eustáquio, who's been such a marvelous player for this team, and chose Canada over Portugal in 2019, the sort of the beginning of the real kind of Canadian revolution here.
That was Canadian football journalist Patrick Johnson. If he's listening, thank you, by the way. If he's maybe get whoever's hoovering in your apartment to stop while you're coming. What was it? 3 more ties to come in the next 24 hours live on talkSPORT. I love the World Cup at this stage. Brazil, Japan, unbelievable. 6 o'clock tonight. Germany, Paraguay, 9:30 tonight. Netherlands, Morocco, 2 a.m. That's going to be great, isn't it?
2 a.m. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to come in tomorrow and say that I've watched them all because I'm not watching that.
No, but you'll watch Brazil, Japan, and the first half Germany, Paraguay.
100%.
Are you staying over tonight?
No.
Are you going back?
Tomorrow I'm staying over.
So you're going back tonight and then?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Right, on to a bit of cricket now. England required 270 runs from 6 wickets to win the series against New Zealand, but of course that ain't half the story because yesterday during the game, Ben Stokes' retirement from international cricket was confirmed via an ECB statement. For more on that, we're joined by talkSPORT cricket reporter and early sports breakfast host, and of course, newly singleton, Sam Ellar joins us in the studio. You all right, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
No, but you're right, mate.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No, but no.
Obviously, I'm gutted about Ben Stokes.
No,
but
in a minute. It's
Yeah.
all about you. We'll
Yeah.
find out how mentally how you're coping with being single, chucked by your girlfriend. Are you all right?
Well, she wasn't my girlfriend, and I wouldn't say I was necessarily chucked. I don't know if you can chuck someone after going on 2 days. But yeah, look, it's a blow. It's a kick in the teeth. So she was in between jobs, which was true.
Unemployed.
And she she was about to leave a job, and she basically used that
She's not in between.
Okay, she was right. So she was about to go in between jobs, and she basically
I'm leaving the country.
She basically used that as the reason as to why now's not a good time for her to be dating and to see someone. She needs to focus on herself, which basically just means she wasn't into me.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But you know what, though? It's fine. It's fine. We're going to move on. We go again. In fact, you know what? We don't go again. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Focus on myself.
You take a break from what?
From the dating hours.
Are you in between women? Are you in between women?
No, sorry. A break from
a gap of about 10 years.
A break from getting rejected is what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. But thank you, Andy, for making me feel so much better about myself every time.
You're a great guy, Sam.
Yeah,
You're a great
everyone in here keeps saying that.
Here's what it is. She's not good enough for you.
Yeah,
You're a great person.
I think she was, though. She probably was, not going to lie. She was kind of really cool.
Did you have a little snug with her?
What is going on here?
Honestly, no.
Like to ask that,
but no, to be fair, no.
Didn't even have a snog.
No.
Dates, no snog.
No, I know.
Oh, you get me.
Yeah, get rid of her, yeah.
Need a little snog. Right, let's talk cricket.
You need a little snog.
Yeah, 2 dates.
That's outrageous.
You buy both Burger Kings, right? You want a little snog?
No, Mackey's in a Burger King.
No. I think it's a Burger King connection to this.
Oh, sorry, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, both Burger Kings.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then you went out for a Costa afterwards, is that right?
Love a Costa, love a latte.
Work, man.
Yeah.
You got some aircon, didn't you? Barely got some.
I don't get that, yes.
Right, what do you make of the announcement, the timing of it?
Weird. The whole day yesterday was really weird. The timing of it, a little bit weird. But then what happened after that? Like, the story here is Ben Stokes is retiring.
Yeah.
But the way England played yesterday, it was nothing short of an absolute disgrace. Like, I get Ben Stokes is retiring, but England are about to lose this series at home. We haven't lost a 3-test series at home since 2012. This is on the back of the Ashes. So Ben Stokes opens the batting, a little bit different, okay.
That's bizarre, right? It's usually 4 or 5.
He normally he's batting at 7 at the moment, but he wanted to sort of try and get the innings off to a flyer. And of course, this is his last ever Test match innings. But the way the batters after that played, honestly,
they copied his style.
They are not. Some of these guys, right, are nothing short of an absolute disgrace. The whole attitude, the whole arrogance around English cricket at the moment is absolutely disgraceful, okay? From preparation, from planning, from approach on the pitch, from behaviour off the pitch. It is an absolute mess. And you know what annoys me so much? The one guy that I think is an absolute lock in this team, who I want in this team to lead this team forward, is Ben Stokes. And the fact that people like Brendan McCullum, Rob Key are going to keep their jobs, and it's Ben Stokes who's walking away from Test match cricket, is an absolute travesty for English cricket. I am angry, I am upset that one of England's greatest ever players' career is coming to an end like this. All right? I felt sorry for Ben Stokes yesterday. He had to go to Australia, captain England, and we know how tough that challenge is. He's had absolutely no support from head coach, from director of cricket. Some of his players let him down. He looked a beaten man yesterday. He looked like a man that's gone to the well too often. And I just think the last big international retirement we had in cricket was Stuart Broad. He went off on his own back, retired at the Oval, took a wicket last ball, England won the match. You think, okay, you know what, fair play. This whole Ben Stokes retirement just feels wrong. It feels off. I don't feel happy with it. And I just think the way his career is coming to an end is a real shame.
I agree with him. You mentioned Brendan McCullum, you mentioned the director of cricket, Rob Key. Do they need to go as well?
They should have been sacked months ago. After the Ashes, after the winter, they should have been sacked. When the winter came to an end, every April and May in cricket, international cricket stops because the IPL gets played and all the players go and play there. They had 2 months, and sacking Rob Key, director of cricket, and Brendan McCullum should have been the easiest decision the hierarchy of the ECB ever needed to make. Like, it wasn't even, and I don't think anybody, even the biggest Brendan McCullum fans, there aren't many out there, would have had any complaints about that, because England are losing. And again, I keep talking about approach. The way they threw away those wickets late yesterday evening is not acceptable for an international sports team.
Just quickly, because I want to ask you a few more questions before I have to let you go. If McCullum and Key left, do you think there's a way back for Stokes maybe?
Oh, you know what, Andy? I said this morning on the Oldie Sports Breakfast Show, if Brendan McCullum and Rob Key go, Ben Stokes has confirmed he's going to play cricket for Durham, which is his county, which means he will be playing red ball cricket, which means he's going to keep himself in red ball cricket. Never say never.
I agree.
Honestly, never say never. I do think, like, the main reason why Stokes is retiring is because he's knackered and because he's been beaten down by the captaincy. But I definitely think the events of the last couple of weeks, and in terms of the aftermath of him going out for that drink, I think he feels let down by the ECB. I think he feels like he was hung out to dry a little bit. And I think that certainly added to what's been going on in Ben Stokes' mind and Ben Stokes' life.
Good work. Thank you for that, Sam. Are you done now?
I'm actually going to be doing updates today for talkSPORT on England. On England versus who they're playing? New Zealand. And I know it's New Zealand. Lots is going on. No, lots is going on, Andy. Lots is going on. And I don't want to dig this guy out, by the way. Can I say one more thing? Because I'm saying this because I really, really like Harry Brook. Harry Brook is a phenomenal cricketer. Like, he is like, Joe Root is England's best ever. Harry Brook, in terms of ability, is not far off him. Somebody needs to sit Harry Brook down and just say, please stop being stupid. Just back. When he got out yesterday, trying to play a ridiculous shot down to fine leg, you could hear in the stump mic, the New Zealand players were laughing, almost in disbelief that this guy is just giving wickets away. Giving wickets away.
Like that yesterday.
Stokes weren't aggressive, and then Harry Brook comes to the crease, and you know he's getting out. And it almost like, this is international sport. And it sometimes just feels like they're playing international sport, like they're playing club cricket with their mates in the playground. And Harry Brook is too talented. He's too good of a player to keep on giving his wicket away and getting out in the same way, playing stupid shots time and time again. This guy should be winning Test matches for England every single week.
Do you not think they were all doing that to show their love for Ben Stokes?
Yeah. Can I read this one line from...
Do you think so or not? To prove a point, like if he's going, we're going to play like this, just to
possibly
make it a mockery of that.
Maybe, but to be fair, Harry Brook's played that for the last 4 years.
Oh, okay.
So like, I don't think it was. I don't think it was specific for that. Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
Roll on the Ashes 2027. We'll see you there, Ben Stokes. Hopefully,
he'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of England's best ever sportsmen.
Oh,
he's in my top 5, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, English. Yeah, English. Yeah. You don't think he makes top 5 yet?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
No.
You putting athletes in there?
So I mean, I got Hamilton, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Tyson Fury, and Ben Stokes. He won 2 World Cups with England, and both those World Cups he got England over the line.
You've just opened up a can of worms. We need to put the lid on it now. No wonder you're saying
I'm going to have a think.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that in there, mate. I've got a lot to get off my chest there, Andy.
Yeah.
Maybe the dating chat could have not happened. We could have done more on cricket.
I got more from that. Thanks, Sam. A reminder: we can carry on this chat. Actually, we're going to be joined by Mo and Ali, who played under Stokes. 9:15, he'll be on our show. Stick around for that. Coming up, we turn our attention to Scotland, who will replace Stevie Clarke after he resigned. More on that in just a moment. 7:31. It's the Breakfast Show.
I just think our options, like we bring O'Reilly on, he gets the header in the box late on. You start putting bodies in the box against these low defensive block teams. Like it was calling out for Tony to come on for me, get more bodies in the box, because we had players come on, put more crosses in the box. Saka come on and made an impact, I thought. But I just think Saka and Rashford has to start.
He's got to take the skipper off if he does.
So that was John Terry sitting exactly where Sam is this morning. This clamour for Rashford, you've got a view in that, haven't you?
Well, I just don't remember the last time Rashford started a game for England was particularly impactful. It's always the way, whatever you haven't got is what you cry out for when you don't get the outcomes that you want. The main thrust of England's game was they didn't fizz the ball around. If you move the ball quickly, you move people around. And it was interesting that they put Saka on, which I think makes a lot of difference when he comes on, because he's a clever player, he creates outcomes. And the numbers that he throws out on the field are quite staggering when he's actually on the field. And then he shifted Madueke dug outside so that the coach could be in his ear driving him forward. I think the other thing, I think Rashford comes on as an impact player. If you're playing the last 20 minutes of a game and Rashford comes on with a wild hair up his backside because he hasn't been in the side, he's been replaced by Anthony Gordon at Barcelona and England, and wants to play, which is the Rashford that we've got now. Tragically, for a boy of his talent, he's a consequence player. Every time he does something that he doesn't, that gets him consequence, he responds.
If there's one thing Brazil loves more than samba and sunshine, it's football, or as they call it, futebol. And trust me, this love story goes way back. It all started in 1884 when a young Brazilian named Charles Miller returned from England, aged 21, carrying a pair of footballs and a Hampshire FA rulebook. He was basically the original influencer, bringing back trends from abroad. And just like that one mate who insists you have to try their new obsession, Miller convinced everyone to give this little English sport a go. Spoiler alert, it caught on. The entire nation fell head over boots for the game. And fast forward a few decades, it was time for Brazil to start playing in the World Cup. Then came 1958, the year a 17-year-old kid named Pelé showed up and Brazil won its first World Cup. From there, Brazil kept adding stars to the jersey, 5 to be exact, the only country with that many titles and the only country to participate in every World Cup. Jogo Bonito, the beautiful game, became Brazil's signature. It's part of the national identity. Think dazzling footwork, joyful play, and the occasional move that makes you wonder if gravity just took the day off. So next time you see that iconic yellow jersey, remember, it all started with one guy, 2 footballs, and a nation ready to fall in love.
Morning, everyone. 7:35. It's the World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. Ungrateful Darren Bent and Arnold Clark are celebrating a massive summer of football by a used car in June. You'll be entered into their weekly draw to win the cost of it back.
Ungrateful how?
How's your Costa? Is that all right?
Yeah, it's beautiful, actually.
Yeah. Who got you that?
Oh, I thought it was Henry. So I said thank you to Henry.
No, and then he said it's nothing to do with me. It's Goldstein.
No, he didn't say that in there. But if he did say that, I apologise.
Well, you haven't said thank you.
Andy, thank you.
You know what? They all talk about you behind your back, and I go, don't. He's a nice bloke. And they go, he's a disgrace. I'm like, you don't know him when they're right.
You know what? They don't say that.
They're right. Don't get that with Gabby, do you?
Now, hey, what you just doing there, Ollie? Producer, professional producer.
Why are you asking him if he wants coffee? He's got coffee. Just a reminder this morning, Scotland's chances of qualifying for the knockout stages. Now, last week they were around about just over or under 5%, just over 5%. They are. Our supercomputer here at talkSPORT have worked out. Qualifying for the knockout stages now, Scotland's chances are now, get this, at 0.00%. They're definitely not going to. That's where we're up to at the moment.
You need to stop messing with them Scottish, man. Because boy,
they were after Cundy, mate. After he wears all those shirts.
After you. Matt, people that come after you off the drive.
Oi,
remember that? Hey.
Scottish people love me after I defended them last week. That went viral, by the way.
Look what you're doing now.
Oh, Andy, please be Scottish. You're the best ever. Calm down.
What is going on? Look at everyone laughing at you in there.
It's not exactly gone to plan for Steve Clarke and co. out in the States.
The Tartan Army here in North America and here to make some history. Up to McGinn! Deflected in! After 28 years, Scotland have returned to the World Cup with a win. Early ball to Saibari, who's kept himself onside and smashes it into the net. Scotland are beaten in Boston. It's 3! It gets worse and worse for Scotland. 3-0 to Brazil.
Probably a very Scottish thing that we managed to win the first game that everyone said was a winnable game. We managed to do that, and then we were next to opponents are world number 6 and world number 5.
Well, Scotland are at the airport and the display boards are telling them to go to the gate. They need to drink up, get out the bar, because they're boarding imminently.
Scotland's men's head coach, Steve Clarke, has stepped down from his role.
If I have a dream at all, it's that for once you won't be on that stupid plane.
I think it's all dividing the nation a bit, what's happening at the moment. 1-0 win over Haiti made Scotland believe that something special could happen. But then they lost to both Morocco and Brazil to get dumped down the group stages. And then the boss, Stevie Clarke, resigned despite recently signing a new contract. Get this, by the way, on the latest episode of the World Cup Daily, Mark McGee says Steve Clarke should get a knighthood. Does our next guest agree? Let's find out. Join us now to give us his thoughts. A Celtic legend, someone who represented the Scots at the 98 World Cup. As we say, a good morning to the wonderful Jackie McNamara joins us. Jackie, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Well, good, man. Very well. How are you today? You right? You well?
Yeah, good. Thank you. All good.
Where should we start? Let's ask the question about Stevie Clarke. How is he going to be remembered by Scotland fans? Does he completely divide Scotland?
I think he does. I think everything is still a bit raw just now because I think our performances. I think we've got a lot of regrets in the games, especially our last two games. The Morocco game, obviously, he went 2-5 at the back, and we lose a goal after this, in the second minute. Try to play offside, so your game plan goes out the window, and I don't think we really had a right go at Morocco or Brazil.
Jackie, it's football's such fine margins. He did set up to defend that game against Morocco, and you did concede early. If I know it's a big if, but if you wouldn't have conceded and you nick a draw to get 4 points, I mean, he's the Messiah then, right? I mean, it's such a difference.
Absolutely. I mean, he was Messiah before he went, because we've qualified for the first time in a long time. I know the qualification structure's a lot different from what it's been in a number of years, same for the Euros. But the facts are that he got us there, and he's kind of put a team together. I think the last two Euros we didn't do ourselves justice either in terms of our performances. Seems to be a lot of fear in our game, and I always think we're better as a nation. We're on the front foot, and I don't think we were on that in the last two games.
Jackie, is that what you think it comes down to, the performance? Because I think if you'd have asked a lot of football fans before the tournament started, being in that group, they would have probably said that Scotland will finish third, Brazil, Morocco 1 or 2, and then Scotland. But is it the manner in which Scotland have performed, which is why so many Scottish fans are disappointed?
I think so, mate. I think that's the difference here. I think you just feel like they've not had a proper go at it in the last couple of games. The second half I thought we were better against Morocco. We made a couple of changes, bringing Gannon Doak on and later on in the game and having a go. But I think the Scottish fans that have went there in their numbers and they've been a credit to the nation. But they want to go and have a good time. They want to see their team having a go, and I don't feel we kind of done ourselves justice, and especially the last game.
What do you think was missing? Because I always go back to that Denmark result 4-2 when, like, obviously McTominay scores that great goal. A number of your better players stepped up. There were some wonderful performances there. We didn't see any of that in this World Cup. What do you think was missing?
I don't know. Just a bit of fear. I think you can see, we're losing the goal so early in the game, especially the two games. Morocco, trying to play it out for the back, and I think I'd rather see the ball getting played around further up. Our best players are in the middle to front for me, in the midfield area with McTominay, McGinn, Gannon Doak and Neil Roberts getting forward. We've struggled in certain areas, especially in the centre defence has been poor. And somebody to get a hold of that ball as a number 9, I think we've struggled in that in recent years.
Jackie, as I was introing you, I mentioned that on the latest episode of the World Cup Daily, Mark McGee says Stevie Clarke should get a knighthood. What's your view on that?
I don't know about that. They're giving them out quite regular now and then taking them back off people now, so I'm not really into knighthoods. But yeah, he has done a great job, and a lot of people are obviously looking at it just now because he signed a new deal before he went to World Cup. And he's now resigned in the back of the fallout from that for the fans and the stuff from the last game that he had. So, but I think he's done a good job. I think it's a difficult job that he's taken on. He's got us qualified, and but he needs help. He needs help underneath the 21s. There's a lot of things wrong in our game. All our best players are out with Scotland playing in England or Italy. In our grassroots levels, there's a lot of issues in our game just now with the standard in Scotland as well.
I guess the obvious question then is what next for Scotland? Because again, reports there's Ange Postecoglou's in the running, David Moyes. Who would you like to see personally come in and get the job next?
It's a difficult one because Ange has a style of football as well, which is exciting, which is attacking, but you don't have a lot of time to work with them. With the players are international, it's different. In a club level, you can work day to day and improve them, but he needs to improve a lot of things. It's not just the national team. There's underneath that, under 21s the way down. There's not many players that have been coming through that to the national team. So whoever does take over is, I do think we need an overhaul of the Scottish game.
Jackie, thanks so much for coming on. If people are watching on YouTube, they would have seen that behind you it's all blurred out. Are you blurring out like trophies and nostalgic pictures? Are we in like your office at home?
Yeah, just a few family photos and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Trophies are all locked away, mate.
Oh, fine, okay. Well, listen, it's always a pleasure and an honour having you on the show, Jackie. I really appreciate it. Thanks,
cheers,
man.
thank you.
Thanks,
cheers.
man. There you go, the wonderful Jackie McNamara. Good work. Just a reminder, if you're waking up, Scotland, they're out, but Canada, they're through to the round of 16 after a 1-0 win against South Africa. Still to come on the All Singing, All Dancing Breakfast Show.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Go big on landscaping with Travis Perkins. Find everything you need at travisperkins.co.uk.
And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He told me,
yeah, we're playing Witch Doctor. Because you may remember last week we were talking about Witch Doctor. We got him to cast a curse on Darren Bent without Darren Bent knowing. And we didn't do that. Of course we didn't do it. We're playing it because later on today we're going to be joined by TV personality and the man who once bent spoons with his mind, Uri Geller. I think it's pronounced Uri Geller, actually. He'll be on our show.
Look forward to that.
I've got an amazing Uri Geller story. I'll tell you when we come back.
Oh, no. All right? I'll be judging that.
He'll tell us why he's been cursed by the same witch doctor that reportedly put a spell on Harry Kane at World Cup. Blimey. And Premier League superstar, our mate, Dutch football icon, former assistant England coach Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will be with us right in the studio as well for the last 2 hours. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins, 7:45, everyone.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. From fence panels to decking or paving packs to topsoil, Travis Perkins has all your landscaping needs covered.
Ronaldo is top, still top. But Haaland, for instance, is a better finisher.
Let me ask you this. In world football, I said this, Bentley, on yesterday's show, and I got a little bit of criticism. In his pomp, right? I'll ask you both. I'll start with Bentley.
I heard it.
I said R9 is a better finisher than Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, do you know,
he's a better striker, number 9.
Do you know what you said, right? And you said he was a better goal scorer.
Okay.
Right? Now, for me, R9 is a better centre forward. Like, so I don't think it's even close, right? But what people will do is look at the numbers. And this is where sometimes stats-wise, like the new generation will go, if I say R9's better than Ronaldo, Cristiano, they're going to go, are you crazy? He's got 1,000 goals. But sometimes it's not about just stats. It's about what does your eyes tell you. And anyone who's watched it, you would have watched him. R9 is the best centre forward I've ever seen.
R9, for me, that's my hero. You know, he is... That's why I wanted to become a striker. You look at him, and Ronaldo has done absolutely magnificent, and Ronaldo, it's all about numbers and goal scoring, and he's obsessed with that, and that makes him so good. But R9 is just phenomenal. He's just incredible.
Better.
As a footballer, so much.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Bit take on me, don't it? Morning, everyone. 7:49 World Cup breakfast show. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren. If you're just waking up, Canada, they are through to the round of 16 after a win against South Africa. They will play the winners of the Netherlands. They take on Morocco in the next round. That game, 2 a.m. tonight, by the way. Elsewhere this evening, Brazil take on Japan. Oh, can't wait for that, 6 p.m. Germany take on Paraguay at 9:30. Both, of course, live on talkSPORT. Before the break, I mentioned Uri Geller.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I have to tell you this. I find this nuts. So I love magic. I adore magic, right? I can do little bits of magic.
Yeah, you taught me one.
Okay, right. The old what's that called? Palming, when you palm something. And that's what it's called when you palm it.
Okay.
Right? And I sort of not know how most tricks are done, but I can either work it out or get close to it because I know what I'm looking for. I did a show years ago. I know you're going to laugh because I've done so many shows. It was the after show of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So the first year that was on, I did the ITV2 show. It was called Jungle Drums. I presented it. It was me. It was my show.
Oh, is that because they do one that? Yeah, correct. He's had about.
Do you know what? Back then it was a good pair, actually. Yeah.
You've had about 45 jobs, man. Carry on.
55. Anyway, one of the guests was Uri Geller on, and they said to me, people said, He was coming into the studios. People said, don't make sure Andy doesn't get him to bend any spoons or anything like that. And they told me that. And I was like, why does he not want to do live spoon bending? This is a bit interesting. So I went to the canteen at the ITV studio and got myself a couple of spoons. And I thought, right, I'm going to ask him live because it was a live show.
Yeah.
And he came, he sat down, he was chatting to him. And I went, before you go, and I went to the thing like that, and I thought, what's the worst? And I went, can you bend that for me? And he took it, and he was as close to me as you are.
Yeah.
And I was watching like a hawk.
Yeah.
And he held the spoon, and he rubbed it, right? And he's hardly touching it, rub, like as gentle as possible, and the end of the spoon just fell off. And I'm like, I don't know how you've done that.
No, trust me, you can place it with spoons in the canteen.
No. He didn't know I was going to do it. I was under instruction not to do it. It was the spoon I gave. Like, it's literally like me passing you the pen and you doing it with the pen.
I can do it if you want.
And that's...
Yeah,
I don't believe that you can do that.
I'm always sceptical about things like that. So
yeah, me too.
Before I even saw him, I'd be like,
Your own spoons, you swap it for your own, or you like lean on it and you bend it. Honestly, like this is close and he went like it. Didn't take it out of my sight, just ever so gently with thumb and his forefinger, just gently rubbing it, and the end of the spoon went bump, 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 like that on the floor, and it fell off. That's nuts.
See, hold on, so not only did he bend it, he broke
it off. Yeah. And then he went pick it up. It's not hot, and I picked it up, and the joint wasn't even hot.
It's weird.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously a magic trick, right? People don't have that.
It can't be
power.
magic because it's impossible.
It's impossible.
You can't rub a spoon and the head fall off.
No, I know. I don't know. Yeah, I've tried, trust me. Right, time for a quick coffee break. Nearly fell off with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Quality coffee, quality day.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Sarah Louise, crack, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time, that's what I was doing.
At the time?
At the time. Laura Kirk-Francis back with us in the studio. All right, Laura, Kirky.
How we doing?
Fran, anyone call you Franny?
No.
Kirky.
Kirky's the name, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Presumably at school you weren't Laura Kirk-Francis, you were just Laura Kirk.
Yeah.
Why'd you keep the last bit?
Well, Kirk is my...
The middle bit. Why'd you keep the middle bit?
I like it.
Sounds posh. Are you posh? Sounds very posh.
I'm a bit posh.
Yeah, it works.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
I like it.
Yeah,
nice.
a little bit.
You've got transfer Tinder stuff for us, right?
I do, yes. We're going to start with Marcus Rashford to Tottenham Hotspur. Let's hear what Jamie O'Hara had to say about this first.
Spurs are interested in Marcus Rashford. I would love nothing more than for us to break the bank with wages and get him over the line. It ain't going to cost you loads of money. What, 30 million quid probably?
Less than that.
Right, you're going to get him for nothing because they need him off the wage bill. They don't want him there. His future's gone at Man United. Right, the only reason he'd be integrated back into the team is if they can't get rid of him. He's up for sale. He's on a lot of money, right? And Man United have put themselves in a big hole with the wages that they've given him that people don't want to do it. That's why Barcelona ain't ended up signing him. If they can come to some sort of deal and get Marcus Rashford at Tottenham, he would be a star player.
Talking to posh.
Yeah, the 2019 Audi Cup winners, 2026 relegation scrap experts.
Why would Rashford go?
Why would Rashford go? Well, if Spurs are interested in him, he will probably end up at Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Would we take him at Arsenal?
100%.
100%.
He solves that problem for you.
Do you know that?
Does, doesn't he?
I understand what you're saying about Spurs, right? But what they're doing at the minute, you do look at them and go, if they get Tonali over the line, the signings they're making, you do go.
They won't get Tonali.
You do go.
Oh, by the way, I've an unbelievable rumour. This is. By the way, this will happen.
TalkSPORT breaking news.
Have you got a stab for TalkSPORT breaking news? Right, this will happen. I can't tell you my sources. This will happen. You ready for this?
Here you go.
Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
To Aston Villa. Heard it here first.
Ooh.
Breaking news.
Got to say again now.
On talkSPORT.
TalkSPORT understands.
Jared Bowen to Aston Villa. I've heard.
From who?
I can't tell
well,
you.
Fair, let's be honest. It can only come from one source.
Listen, I'm supposed to yeah. It's definitely not from Danny Dyer. 100% not Danny Dyer or any connection there. It's definitely not him.
No. Well, I mean, the colours are the same, so he won't have to adapt too much.
Yeah, not too far to commute.
Loan or transfer?
Transfer, permanent.
Wow.
Do you like that? That's Goldstein understands, not talkSPORT. Goldstein
West Ham
understands.
fans, boy, they're not going to be happy about that.
No.
No, okay.
Go on, sorry,
I don't know where to
carry
go from there. Right, next up, Diomande to PSG. Hearts are breaking on Merseyside. A dreamboat, Diomande has chosen bonjour over all right la. He's chosen baguettes over a bowl of scouse.
Sorry, what was the first one?
Yeah, I didn't really land in it. But while Liverpool gently weeps, the industrious Ivorian has snubbed the Reds in favour of PSG. Big miss for Liverpool, that one, or will they move on?
Yeah, he's a great player. But again, I've heard reports that they're in for Barcola as well, which I hope not, because I want Arsenal to sign Barcola. But Diamande's had a fantastic World Cup so far. I mean, he gave Joshua Kimmich nightmares when they played against Germany. Yeah. But no, I can understand why for PSG. I mean, they've just won the Champions League back-to-back. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean, if Barcola's going to leave, then he's probably going to play as well. So, yeah, I don't think that... although Liverpool's a bigger club, like much bigger than PSG, I just think PSG, where they are right now, it makes sense.
Yeah, rumoured 112 million or so.
Woo!
So big money.
Every player nowadays...
Over 100.
Yeah, everyone's over 100 these days.
Yeah.
Insane.
Apart from this guy, final one, this is for you, Andy. Mason Mount to AC Milan. A Manchester match made in heaven for Mount. Andy Goldstein's favourite manager, Ruben Amorim, is eyeing up a reunion with one of his former flames. And Mason Mount is looking at the Dolce Vita to revitalise his career. The price for this Manchester mingling, 25 million euros.
What did we pay for him?
I think about 60, wasn't it?
50, I think you paid for him.
Listen, we never saw Mason Mount. Right? He never stayed fit at Man United. That was a problem. And also, you get the 7 shirt, and the weight of that shirt is just huge. So I hope it happens for him, so he gets game time. I wish him well. I don't think he's got a future at Man United.
No, I agree. I think it's time for him to move on and get playing again.
Yeah. It'd be nice for him to... I mean, the game's a little bit slower in Italy. Is that fair?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit more... No, I wouldn't even say more technical. It's just the Serie A is not what it once was.
No, of course not. No, okay.
So we like that one. Yeah. Reunited with your favourite. What did you call him the other week? A charlatan.
Oh, yeah.
Ruben Amorim.
He's absolute charlatan, yeah. In fact, he's walking about in the snow. Was it in the snow? After Man United sack him.
Him and his missus.
I haven't seen him for like 18 months. All of a sudden, he's coming out, throwing cash at everyone. Thanks for coming on. You're done now? You're going to play golf and pretend you got a decent score today?
That's Wednesday, actually.
Oh, that's Wednesday.
That's Wednesday, yeah.
Great work as always. I heard you sort of presented stuff on the Early Breakfast Show. You sounded fantastic.
Thank you.
Keep up the wonderful work for talkSPORT. Great addition. Right, coming up, we're going to be joined live in the studio by England coach at the Euros. The last one's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He'll tell us whether the current right-back situation is a shambles. More on that after this. 7:58, everyone.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Quality coffee, quality day.
Listen, I love him. And people have asked me, would I take him at Arsenal? 100%. But you look at the last 2 seasons, Real Madrid, and then you look at the last 2 seasons for PSG, the 2 Champions Leagues. They were chasing the Champions League for so long. He moves out. They win back-to-back. It just doesn't look well on Mbappe, does it?
You could say that he's responsible for that. But in the meantime, when you see what Luis Enrique, the Paris Saint-Germain manager, has changed, the way the team has changed, the unity, everybody is playing for each other, they're fighting for each other, on the pitch. And that's why, in every team they've met, they're beating because of that. They have the quality, but they show, real mentality, unity all together, the togetherness, But Kylian Mbappe, I think I won't be the guy who will say that he's the one responsible for the mess at Madrid. I think if you have Mbappe in your team, you are in a good position to win something. It depends as well of other players. The ego of players, in Madrid is so huge and devastating. In the dressing room.
Is he the best player on the planet?
Actually,
yeah.
I won't say that. He's one of them.
Who is?
This season? You're saying
right now, if you're going to maybe write a list of your top 5 players, who would be number 1 best player in the world right now?
It's 2010, and the Goalkeepers Union is up in arms. Why? This thing, the Jabulani, perhaps the most famous World Cup match ball for moving, it seemed, in 3 directions at once. But that wasn't the first match ball row, not by a long shot. In 1930, the World Cup final began with a fight, not between the players, but about the ball. Argentina brought theirs, and Uruguay brought theirs. And when neither backed down, they played 45 minutes with each. Uruguay, with the T model, came out on top. This was the era when balls were heavy. They were classics, sure, but they could double in weight during a thunderstorm. Before we go on, I will tell you that the 1962 ball was called Mr. Crack. A ball that was so heavy when wet, several European teams refused to use it. Instead, the 1958 Top Star was used, most famously for the quarter-final between Czechoslovakia and Hungary. By 66, we had the Slazenger Challenge. Because people watched They Think It's All Over in black and white, we forget the ball was actually bright orange or red, whatever that colour is. But it looked like a floating smudge to people at home. The World Cup match ball needed a makeover. Enter the Telstar. 32 black and white panels. It was stylish, it was modern, and it meant goalkeepers could finally see the thing that was about to ruin their afternoon. It was also the start of an Adidas monopoly. 1986 was the dawn of a new age. The Azteca was the first fully synthetic ball, meaning it didn't soak up water. Recently, though, things have got weird. 2002 gave us the Fever Nova, basically a high-tech frisbee, and then, of course, the Jabulani. Today, the balls have internal sensors that tell the VAR room if someone breathed on it. We've come a long way. But the ball's not the main thing, is it, FIFA? It's just a ball.
Past 8, good morning everyone. You're waking up to the World Cup Breakfast Show on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, a man who scored 0.133 goals per game for Burton Albion. That's Darren Bent. That's a terrible record. Get rid of him.
Honestly.
And Arnold Clark buy a used car in their upgrade event and get 2 years free servicing, plus a chance to win the cost of it back in June. If you're just waking up, you've no idea what's going on in the World Cup. You should be ashamed. But let me tell you, Canada, they're through to the round of 16. They'll face either Morocco or the Netherlands. They play tonight at 2 a.m. It's live on talkSPORT. Right, it wasn't the thrashing we all hoped for over Panama, but England, they're through to the last 32 as group winners.
Start spreading the news. We'll play the team that are third in Group K, as Frank Sinatra didn't quite sing.
Hard match, difficult match against a physical team. Played as underdogs. We were the favourites, so...
The longer it stays 0-0, the more patience will be needed. Panama haven't conceded a first-half goal in the tournament so far.
But, you know, we kept going, we stuck at it, and in the second half we started fantastic and took the game away from them.
So England swing another ball in. Kane might break his way, and he's somehow bobbled onto the roof of the net.
Yeah, I tell you what, within the next 10 minutes, England will make a breakthrough.
Corner comes in. Oh, it is in. Jude Bellingham comes up trumps. Relief. Utter relief.
You could just sniff that goal coming, you really could.
Bellingham twisting left-hand side of the box, clipping it in for Kane! There it is! Kane, the dependable captain, with more goals now in England's World Cup history than anybody else.
Knockout football is coming. The tournament starts completely new. It will bring the best out of us.
Come on, let's do the Congo. 2-0 to England here in New Jersey.
And I'm absolutely delighted to say former England assistant coach and, of course, Dutch legend and a man who now styles himself on yours truly, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is with us in the studio. Jimmy, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you? You looking well?
I'm not too bad, yeah, feeling good.
You like my trousers, do you?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
Even that stain on them.
Yeah, no,
calm down.
The missus bought them for you, didn't
No, I do all my own shopping.
No.
Jimmy, I do all my own shopping.
No, I don't believe it.
Why? Why don't you believe? Why was that?
Because they're that nice. You don't have that much.
You don't do your own shopping, because even with the trainers,
sorry.
what he used to do was,
hold on, wait.
He goes
The
to buy
trainers,
trainers,
he would ask
he'd
you,
send them
right?
to me first, and
Yeah.
what do you think, Diego? I like them. Then he'd buy them.
Yeah.
That's true. But with these
trousers as well.
Swear to you, I went straight to the shop. I went, they're the ones. Bought 4 or 5 different colours of them.
Yeah.
Bought my love.
Don't worry. When we're off air, you're gonna tell us the truth.
Jimmy, I swear to you. All right.
Okay.
It's good to know you're learning, even at your age.
Yeah, I'm always learning.
How have you been, my friend? You all right? You had a good week?
Yeah, very good, very good.
What you done? What's the highlight of your week before we get into World Cup football? What's the highlight of your week been?
Highlight of my week was I went yesterday to the theater with all my girls and the wife, and we watched a show from somebody in Strictly called Nikita, and he's got his own show, and we watched him.
How many daughters you got?
I've got 4 in total, 1 from my previous and 3 with my wife.
It's 4 weddings you got to pay for.
No, I don't. I don't believe in that.
Oh, you don't believe in
No.
How'd you get out? I've got 2 kids.
I help, but I will help, but they will have to.
Are any of them married yet?
No. One is with the partner. With the partner has got a little one, the older one.
Okay. Has he got money?
Not enough.
No, never got enough, have they?
Exactly.
Have England got enough? How about that for a segue? What did you make of England, that performance? Because we're all expecting after the second 45 in our first game, we're like, well, we're going to play everyone. And we haven't really seen that performance at all since, have we?
No, because every game is different, and every game is harder, or is hard in their own merit. I didn't like the first half. I didn't mind as much the first half against Croatia. It wasn't good, but it was good for certain reasons. I didn't like the first half because everybody was taking way too many touches. It was slow. I don't really like Bellingham in a deep area, really. I want him higher up where he can do damage, where he's really direct, where he creates like the second goal for Kane. I thought Kane was dropping way too much and way too deep. It just didn't work. It was unorganized. It looked unorganized. And yeah, luckily second half they got it back together after a few changes. I think Kwanzaa right back. It's not his favorite position.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
I'd rather see Konsa there. Worst scenario that he has played in that position. In the Euro, he played 1 match left back where he played that really, really well. Did really, really well. I know centre half is his favorite position, but yeah. Look, they got it over the line. Most important, 3 top of the group. And now the real stuff starts.
Jimmy, how many levels do you think England are going to have to go up if they want to obviously achieve greatness, which is obviously to win this World Cup? Because what you just spoke about there, Panama, Croatia, Ghana, we haven't quite seen it yet. Whereas the other big nations, we've seen them go. Whoo. How many levels do you think England have got to go?
I think they can go a lot better. They can become a lot better. But I think against the better teams, I think they will play better. The spaces will be different. The tactics will be totally different as well. And the psychological aspect of that game is also different. And I think you see England better when they are playing against the better nations. So I don't think that you should really worry about. I think Congo will be a really difficult game.
Yeah, me too.
Really, really difficult game. But I think that they will overcome that. And I can see them. I can see them growing. I can really see them growing.
Jimmy, let me ask you. You mentioned the right back position. Gerald Kwanzaa had to start after Reece James's hamstring injury. Thomas Tuchel described it as, and I'm quoting here, no one saw that coming about Reece James's injury. Now, Reece James missed over 50 games for Chelsea with hamstring problems, not to mention several other injuries. How on earth can we be in a position where Kwanzaa is starting for England? I mean, we all. The ironic thing is, we all saw that problem coming. Every single one of us said, when you looked at the right back and who was second choice to James, we all said, well, he'll be getting game time, because the chances of James going through, if we go far in this tournament, the chances of him staying fit are very, very slim indeed.
Let's not forget, Livramento got injured.
Yeah.
And he would have taken that slot. Yeah. And I think he would have played that second game. You know, I think.
But when he got injured, we called up Chalobah.
Yeah.
He's a centre-back.
Yeah, who can play right back.
We've got a right back in Trent. We've got one of the best right backs in world football.
But he wants a different profile for that position.
What does that mean? When you say different profile, what does that mean? Because you've got one of the greatest right backs England have ever had.
Yeah,
Trent.
attacking. Look, I've seen him from close by. You're right. He's one of the best right backs going forward, and for a striker, it's one of the best things ever. You know, having a right back, seeing that pass forward. We have even tried him in midfield because we wanted more creativity going forward for the strikers. But Tuchel wants a different profile.
What do you think?
Something. It doesn't matter what I think.
No, it does, Jim.
No, it doesn't matter what I think.
I'd like to know what you think. Do you think that Kwanzaa is a better option than Trent?
He's a better option for Tuchel.
But do you think
because how Tuchel wants to play? He plays.
I know, but I want to know what your opinion is.
No, but
what's your opinion?
I have a different tactic. I would have wanted to play maybe a little bit different.
What would you?
But that's why I'm sitting here with you, and Tuchel is there in America.
I know, but because we can't get to him, we can't get to you. What would you do? Do you think it's the right thing to do or not?
For Tuchel, it's the right thing to do.
For you?
For me, I would have maybe gone with somebody else, but that is me.
Who'd you go?
You know, I would have want to know. I would have want to talk to Tuchel and understand where he's coming from, and then I would say, okay, yeah, I understand, and yeah, Kwanzaa is
on paper, you think it's wrong,
yeah,
as I do.
No, but football isn't played on paper.
No, I know, but
and that's where we go wrong.
I know, but
that's where because there are so many more things.
No, but here's the
comes
thing,
with it. There are so many more things coming with it.
We get you in the studio like we do all ex-pros to get their opinion, right?
I'm giving you my opinion.
I want to learn from you.
Yeah.
So do you think that was right or wrong to put Kwanzaa over Trent?
I think that is the wrong question.
Well, okay, what should I ask you to get your opinion?
Because we need to know the tactical side of Tuchel first. And it looks like from outside in that he wants out and out. Hold on, he wants out and out defenders there. He wants them four to defend. He wants defenders first. That's what it looks like. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. And maybe that's why Trent is not there, because the best thing of Trent is going forward. Is going forward, looking forward, creating, and not really 1v1s.
But even as a defender, I think Trent is better than Kwanzaa.
No, not defensively. No way.
What, as a right back?
Yeah, and even as a right back,
I do.
So going forward, as Jimmy said, I think he's like the range of passing.
What would you do?
I would have taken Trent, but that's just my against.
Yeah, but then you have to play totally different.
I just think from a defensive, it looked like, and as Jimmy said there, defensively, Thomas Tuchel's almost going, do you know what? I want my back four and maybe Elliot Anderson to defend. I've got enough creativity at the top to go and win the game, so I don't need to throw Trent in the mix as well. I still would have taken Trent. He wouldn't have probably started. I would have started Reece James, but I would have taken Trent.
He obviously loves Reece James, and I love Reece James, and yes, that's why you remember in our last show I said we need to rest Reece James because he hasn't played for Chelsea Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, you know, and we all know in the World Cup the games are coming thick and fast, so you need to look after him, and I think those 2 games in a small spell has been too much for him. He will come back if they win against Congo. That he will come back, and he is the best right back. He is the best right back defensively and attacking. He does his thing.
All right,
you know.
Let's carry this on in just a moment. All right, we've got to have a little break. We'll also hook you up to a lie detector machine when we come back. I'm going to have the Return of the Nation's new favourite feature. Jimmy's going to have a hassle rank. Yeah, that's what I said. You'll hear it live right here on talkSPORT. It's 8:16. What have you made of Stevie Clarke? He's come under the spotlight for how he's handled the journalists. He's come under the spotlight how he's set up Scotland, certainly in the second game as well. And some people have even questioned why he's had his term there extended before this World Cup. What do you make of that?
Well, Stevie Clarke, I played against him, and I know him, and he's not as Jose, you know. He's a very quiet guy, to be honest. And you have to look at what he's achieved as Scotland manager. It's brilliant, absolutely up there with the best. So. You know, people have got to realise in the press, I know the press getting on this, you know, this storm of the fans and the Tartan Army and we party and all that, but the press have got to realise, you know, where our players play, who they play for in the big league and the World League, and we've done well to get there. We could have qualified, and I don't think we will. I think Steve Clarke's been frank and he's been honest, and I think he's right. There's too many permutations against us. Which is going to, again, we're going to be crying losers, you know, oh, if only. I had it in 82. You know, we should have beaten Russia in the final game. We drew 2-2 because we conceded 2 goals against New Zealand first game.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Good morning, everyone. It's 90 minutes past 8. You're listening to the World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. The unmissable Dutch tune is Link Right, Holland's World Cup song. Do you want to sing along to it, Jim? Go on, Jim. Sing it, Jim.
No, I don't know the lyrics.
Oh.
But I like the
We're all
tune.
bobbing along to it.
I like the tune.
Yeah. So we did this with the wonderful Manuel Petit on Friday. Let's give it a go with former Dutch striker Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. I've got a question in Dutch for you that I've stuck onto my Google Translate.
You used to tell me straight away what it says.
You can speak
right?
Dutch, yeah?
A little bit,
Okay,
yeah.
so I've put one into hold on Google Translate. Let me find it.
I need you to tell me straight away.
So here we go. You ready, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
In de meest productieve periode van zijn carrière scoorde Darren Bent 2 doelpunten in 15 wedstrijden voor Burton Albion. Bleef hij onder de verwachtingen?
No, just what's your answer? I just need your answer. You have to translate it.
I don't have to translate it.
No, just tell me your answer.
That's very bad. 2 in 15.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's bad, though. Isn't it? Man, is at the end, man. Is at the end.
2 in 15 is bad.
It's
bad. Bad. For you, your standard.
Yeah, thank you.
Bad.
At the end.
Let's do one more, okay?
No, why?
No, because I like Jimmy's reaction to it. So here's another one I've got. Hold on, wait. Okay, I've got it. Here we go. Have a listen.
Darren Bent vertelde me eerder dat hij de vloer met je zou aanvegen bij padel, omdat je maar gemiddeld bent. Wat vind je daarvan?
Just the answer, Jim.
As always, he's talking a lot of crap.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
well, that's what I've got
he's got no idea.
I know.
You know?
I know.
He knows that I'm the GOAT.
Yeah, he does know that.
Does.
Some would say you're a disgrace.
We're talking about.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Thanks for that, Jim. We'll do more of those a bit later on.
We won't.
Right. Should we move on? Quite successful. Let's get more of those throughout the show. Right. Now, before we get your views on whether or not you could smash Darren to pieces in the game of paddle, let's get the latest odds with Coral and Dave Stevens.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to reward the fans this summer. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Morning, Dave.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. I'm just looking at Jimmy in the studio there. That would be a hard one to price up, that game of paddle.
Yeah.
I don't know
not
any
at all.
form. But Jimmy is looking in very good shape, Darren. I've got to say, I think this is very close.
All I'm going to say is, Dave, we've had one championship game, and someone got beat and someone didn't. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was playing with a pro, and I was playing with my ex-teammate who is amazing, but he's not a pro.
Yeah, there sounds like a grudge match coming up here.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting. He's staying away from Epsom at the moment.
Dave, where would your money be on this one, Dave? You can pick a winner.
I'm looking at Jimmy. He's got a hunger in his eyes that I don't think Darren's got for this. Yeah, I'm favouring Jimmy. He's more ruthless. Don't be fooled by that smile.
Do you know what, Dave? It's nice to see an ex-pro has kept themselves fit after they've retired with Jimmy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's rare on talkSPORT. It's got to be said.
I'm a good nick.
All right, don't bite. Jeez. Oh, look at me. I look amazing. Right, let's get to... Where should we start? Let's start with Wimbledon today. No Emma Raducanu.
No Emma Raducanu. The disappointment just goes on. Look, just a quick recap on the outright betting for men's and women's. Yannick Sinner, no surprise, in the absence of Alcaraz, is a red-hot favourite. 7-4 on. Novak Djokovic, talking about sportsmen in great shape. What an extraordinary career, 13-2. Zverev, 11-1. Jack Draper, the shortest price of the Brits, at 33-1. And in the ladies' draw, it's far more open. Sabalenka, 7-2 favourite. Rybakina, 13-2. And about, as you say, no Raducanu. Sadly, it's a career of disappointment, isn't it, after that incredible US Open win?
Dave, I know, so obviously, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know Serena's back. What would her odds? She ain't going to be one of their favourites, of course, but what are her odds?
Oh, that's a really good question, actually. She's probably not as big odds as you think. Again,
look at him, Phil. Look at him, Phil. Look, he's a pro. Look, go on, Dave.
Look. She's only 40-1, which tells you A, how extraordinary she is, and B, also the current openness of the women's game.
What about? I'm going to put you on the spot now. What about? She's in the women's doubles with her sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are those odds?
Oh no! Now I'm just quitting. Now
Just make it up. No one will know.
She'd be 6-1 for that. Far shorter. There we go. I've completely made that. If anyone wants to back that, but listen, we got to talk World Cup.
Yes, we do.
Firstly, England. I mean, they're through. They're out to 7-1 to win it, which is the biggest price they've been, since prior to the tournament. The big movers are Argentina, 4-1 second favourites now. The draw does seem quite favourable to Argentina. Netherlands, Jimmy, are in there at 16-1.
Only.
Well, listen, we've been impressed.
Come on,
with you guys.
but if they beat Morocco, then yeah, that will be that.
Big ask, that.
It's going to be 50-50. But if they beat Morocco, then I think they can go all the way.
Oh, why have you spoiled it? Of course they can't go all the way. There's no way the Dutch will win the World Cup.
I mean all the way to the final. All the way to the final.
And then lose.
Well, they've done it 3 times before, so why not again?
Okay. But look, I mean, you talk about Morocco tonight. I think for me, this is where the tournament obviously does get much more exciting. Some really good games today. Netherlands, Morocco amongst them. You are favourites, 5-4, 5-2 Morocco, 2-1 the draw. Your odds on to qualify, which ultimately is what matters, 5 for Morocco. But again, Darren, Andy, I feel this is closer than Morocco. Do you think? I mean, I think Morocco can push Netherlands here.
I think so. I think Morocco are a really good side. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I mean, I've actually written down on a piece of paper in front of me that Morocco would beat the Netherlands.
No, in
3-1.
front of me. In front of me.
It's all part of the mind games, Jimmy. Don't fall for it.
3-1. But no, yeah, Morocco have really impressed me, and I think the Netherlands, they've been really good certainly in the group phase, but there's still something missing. I don't know what that is. Maybe they need a Jimmy up top, but there's something not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Did you say 3-1 Morocco?
I did, yeah.
25-1, big price. Jimmy, do you want to counter that with your score prediction?
I don't think that it will be 3-1, but it's a 50-50.
It won't be that high scoring.
No.
Very good.
No, I think it will be closer. I think it will be a 2-1 or like a 1-0, something like that.
To who?
1-0 Netherlands, 6-1, 2-0, 9-1. I agree. Look,
to the Netherlands.
It'd be no surprise if all three of these were to end up extra time. Brazil, Japan, another game I'm really looking forward to. Japan are 4-1 shots to win in 90 minutes, 2-1 to qualify. Brazil odds on, but again, Japan feel overpriced here, Darren?
I think so. I don't think this is a foregone conclusion like people think. People are saying that Brazil will just walk. I can't see it. I think Brazil will win, but it's going to be closer than you think.
I fancy Japan.
Yeah, see?
Someone else, mate of mine said that as well.
I do fancy Japan.
Let me just remind everyone, all of those games, of course, live on the talkSPORT network. Before I let you go, Dave, a quick word about Coral Eclipse.
Yeah, huge weekend for us at Sandown on Saturday. We sponsor the entire card. The feature is the £1 million Coral Eclipse that Aidan O'Brien just tends to win. He's won it 9 times. He's won it for the last 3 years. We're hoping he's going to leave Constitution River, the brilliant French Derby winner, in at today's entry stage. That one will be a short price favourite if he is. But this game of paddle, I'm looking at Jimmy. I think he's probably favourite,
yeah,
Darren.
He's favourite.
He knows.
I'm just looking at.
He's the people's favourite.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm just looking at footage of me making Jimmy run all over the court. I'll show you in the break.
Yeah, okay, yeah, show me. I can't wait for that. Dave, listen, always a pleasure. Thanks, man. You're looking well. I'll speak to you.
Cheers, fellas.
Thanks, man. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral 18+, gambleaware.org. Just a reminder, Canada won last night against South Africa, meaning they will play the winner of the Netherlands against Morocco. That game live on talkSPORT tonight. Jimmy thinks the Dutch will win both games by at least 5 goals. Don't think that's what he said. Germany v Paraguay is 9:30 tonight. The winner of that will play either France or Sweden. Next up, Jimmy will have a rank. It's Jimmy Floyd Hassel rank. That's what I meant. You do not want to miss that. It's coming up. It's 8:28.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to reward the fans this summer. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Bent has been terrified all week about the Ghanaian witch doctor he slagged off.
No, he did not.
Supposedly putting a curse on Harry Kane and England's number 9, subsequently missing a sitter. Now, thankfully, the witch doctor, of course, lifted the curse.
It's funny.
Right, Now, there was a report in The Sun that you, Emmanuel, were cursed by a witch doctor.
It's Senegal.
Ignored it
2002.
and got injured.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, before the World Cup in 2002. No, after the World Cup, actually, because we went out very quickly, during the World Cup in Asia. And when I came back, I was in holidays in south of France, and I had a friend, he was selling watches, on the beach, and he was expecting me, he was waiting for me for days. And then when he saw me, he came to me straight away and he said, I'm so happy to see you because I have something important to tell you. And I said, what is it? And he said, you have to be very careful because you have, how can I say that?
Curse?
A curse, yeah, on you. And you have to follow exactly what I'm going to tell you. And I said, what is it? He said, you have to go in Africa and you have to buy a cow and you have to kill it. and you have to follow.
Bit detailed and extreme, that one.
Yeah, but I said, listen, I understand, and I really appreciate.
When you think about some of the stadiums that have hosted games in the World Cup, sometimes it's hard not to be completely overawed. But what's the biggest? One thing we have to be clear about is that older stadiums will have had higher capacities when it was standing only. A good example of this is the old Wembley. For the final in '66, the capacity was 125,000. But that was later reduced to 100 when it was converted into an all-seater in 1990. Another example is this, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. Back in '86, it's estimated around 115,000 people watched Argentina beat West Germany to win their second World Cup. Essential modernisation so it could be used in the 2026 tournament reduced it to 83,000. You can't talk about old stadiums with high capacities without mentioning Brazil's Maracanã. Some say the jewel in football's crown. In the 2014 World Cup, its capacity stood at just under 79,000. But back in 1950, well, it wasn't official, but estimates believe 210,000 people came to this place for a winner-takes-all match between Brazil and Uruguay. That's still the world record attendance for a live football match, and let's be honest, it's not likely to be beaten anytime soon.
Yeehaw, indeed. Jimmy, you got a good yeehaw?
Yeehaw!
That's a really...
The last part of it went a bit...
Yeah, the last bit was a bit weird. Try it again, Jimmy.
No,
it wasn't. I'll give you mine, then Benton, then yours, all right?
Only once.
Yeah! That's quite good, isn't it?
Yeehaw!
That's the best so far.
Yeehaw!
That's better. That's good. That's fine. You're listening to Three Lunatics on the World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Benton, the wonderful Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and Arnold Clark, who are celebrating a massive summer of football by used car and June. You'll be entered into their weekly draw to win the cost of it back. Now, lots of people have sent in emails saying, when's DB5 coming back? The return that feature's amazing. Of course, it was awful. But we've actually managed to create an even worse feature for Jimmy. And like any terrible talkSPORT feature, we'll keep on doing it.
Deliver from this kind of range. Plenty of power. What a goal from Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Mayonnaise on a bacon sandwich.
Yuck. Just shake your ass. I've gone, no.
Shake your what?
It'll be a pimple on a backside somewhere.
Still Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
That is a serious rank.
Yeah, it's time for some serious ranking. The World Cup hot takes are in full swing here at talkSPORT. It's Jimmy's job to separate the right from the wrong, the pretty from the rank, as we play Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Jimmy, do you remember how it works? Can you explain to everyone how it works?
Can you do it one more time,
okay.
please?
So we're going to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
And you have to tell us if it's rank. Yeah. What'd you say?
If it's rank.
Rank. Or not rank.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can literally say rank or not rank.
Could you explain it? The not rank means that, what,
It's right. I agree with it, right?
I mean, you can work it out, right? It's either rank, which means you don't agree with it.
Okay.
Like, for argument's sake, will Darren Bent beat you at paddle? Now, you would say that's rank.
I'd say
that's a serious rank.
It's not rank. Okay, so that's simple.
Serious rank.
All right. Okay. A serious. Don't we, we've got a jingle for serious rank. Do you know what? If we all want to stay on there till 10, it's probably best that we don't have that jingle made. Right. Okay. Let's start with number one. Marcus Rashford earned his first start of the World Cup in Saturday's 2-0 win over Panama. Speaking to talkSPORT after the game, was this a little dig at former manager Gareth Southgate?
I think that the last couple of tournaments we've been in a good place. The one difference I see is the manager. He doesn't rest on anything, so he's not going to settle at 2-0 like today. He wants us to go and score more goals, and that's just his personality and the way he sees the game. So for the attackers, it's great because we want to just score as many goals as we can, help create as many goals as we can, and try and blow away teams because we're really capable of it.
That's interesting. Marcus Rashford referencing the previous regime,
which Jimmy was part of.
You were. So he's almost slagging
and proud to be part of.
Slagging you off, Marcus.
Yeah. Okay, let's.
Hold on. So the question is, what Marcus was doing there, slagging you off live to the world. Billions heard him. Well, I can't say what he called you, but we understand. Is that rank or not rank?
Nah, I think it's not rank. I think let's get things in perspective. We were always pushing for more goals.
Why
you know, we were all.
He's trying to take the diplomatic route.
Jimmy slagged you off in front of the world. The world's media.
No, I don't see it like that.
Calls you embarrassing.
We were always looking for more goals, and let's not forget, Rashford is now in a really good position and a really good place, playing really, really well. Like him, always liked him. But a couple of years ago, he was not in that place and he didn't play that well. So,
not ranked, you're saying not ranked?
Not ranked.
Do you remember much quickly about that Gareth Southgate kind of stigma? Because people say that's one of the things that he never really wanted to that kind of go for it. Was that his thinking, or was that just what happened on the pitch? Like, was his instructions ever to be a little bit more?
No, he was always going for it. He's just not somebody that is going in public to have a go at his players. Personally, that is just not his style. That is just not how he is. He wants if he has something to say, he will wait for the right time and have it 1v1 with that player. And there's many conversations been with him, with other players, 1v1 or when he has to make a decision or whatsoever. He does not believe in managing that way.
Well, I always felt as an England fan at 1-0 up, he'd sit on 1-0 rather than look for the second.
No, I don't agree with that.
Do you think that's rank, what I've said?
Yeah, seriously rank. Because
we've got that level yet,
well, you get it now. He always wants to score 2-0 and 3-0. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that is just in your head.
I never saw that. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
All England football fans felt like that.
No.
That was the problem. He could never.
All England football fans are wrong.
Well, that's a hell of a statement. All England fans are wrong.
Yeah, with that statement, with that question, wrong. He wants to go for the 2-0 and 3-0. Obviously, if it is, obviously, if that is 2-3 minutes to go in a game, then no.
Sit on it.
But
there were so many times he'd bring on. No, we'd have like Calvin Phillips, Jordan Henderson.
I think you're thinking about the Euro final against Italy, where England scores early 1-0. Yeah, but that just didn't go as script.
Yeah, but he brings on defensive players, Jim. He does. I mean, that's a fact.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
You're more entitled to.
Well, thank you for
you're
that.
Wrong.
Not rank.
Yeah.
Not what?
Not rank.
I don't know where we are in this game. let's move on to the second one. Jason Cundy now over the weekend stuck the boot into his least favourite player.
Throw another one at me about Neymar. Go on.
Okay, Sturridge.
Jimmy Sturridge every day of the week.
Oh, mate, honestly, you're talking guff, mate. You're talking guff. I'm out of here. You're saying that Bergkamp's are great, Rooney's are great. Well, the Neymar's are great.
Same bracket. But if you ask me who I'd rather play with or have in my camp, don't give me Neymar. Not having Neymar, mate.
All right, okay. Would you rather have Rashford than Neymar?
Mate, give me Rashford.
Are you having a laugh? Rashford?
Well, don't ask the question. If you don't.
Barcelona didn't want to sign Rashford.
I'm telling you.
Neymar went there and literally tore it up.
Mate, Neymar, he has Luis Suarez and Messi.
Oh, mate,
He had Iniesta.
Now and Lewandowski.
Throw another one at me about Neymar. Go on.
Okay, Sturridge.
Give me Sturridge every day of the week.
Oh, mate, honestly, you're talking guff, mate. You're talking guff. I'm out of here.
If you don't like the answer, don't ask the question.
I thought we were stuck in a loop there for a minute.
Me too.
Daniel Sturridge and Marcus Rashford over Neymar. Rank or not rank, Jim? Let's start with Sturridge.
Oh, I was thinking about
Who's a better player?
Oh, Neymar.
Okay, fine. We can sit on the fence for that one.
Come on. No.
What do you make of his? He's just not a Neymar fan, Cundy. Can you understand that or not?
Yeah, but that's Gandhi, isn't it? Come on. Come on. If you cannot be a fan of Neymar, what he has done in the game, yeah, look, if you're talking about Neymar now, it's different than Neymar at Barcelona or PSG, you know? Neymar was a hell of a player. Come on.
Why do you think that some people don't see it as that, or just Cundy?
I think it's just Conde.
Do you?
Yeah, I think.
Do you rate Neymar as great?
No. See, this is my problem. I have is that he was top Neymar, but he's not in the bracket with me in terms of like R9 and Dino.
No, also not for me.
No,
also not for me.
He's not there.
But he was high though. He was high.
Yeah,
he was high. I don't think that he has done enough with his quality. I think he could have do so much more.
Zidane levels?
No.
Nowhere near Zidane.
Well, I wouldn't say nowhere near, but not as good.
Mbappe?
I think Mbappe still has got a long way to go.
Do you know what though?
But he's on the right track.
Do you know what? I on a world level for a country.
Yeah.
I think Mbappe's
head and shoulders.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I think because he's younger than Neymar. Look at the amount of goals he's got. But then also as well, Mbappe has played in great French teams though. Neymar at times were playing Brazil teams that was like, what?
Yeah.
Like now.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go again. Tony Cascarino was alongside Max Scott. The Weekend Sport Breakfast Show. Cass offered a shock alternative to Reece James, Jed Spence, and Jarell Kwanzaa at right back for England. Not heard this yet.
If I'm brutally honest, I would really think about playing Declan Rice there.
At right back.
Yeah. I think he could do it, right? And I've always said, and Declan Rice has disagreed with me I always said, Declan Rice can play centre-half, he can play midfield, and you could play him as a fullback. Steven Gerrard, you could play as a right back. He did it in the Champions League final because he was so good athletically. Now, if I wanted someone to be able to handle someone physically and athletically, I'm looking at Declan Rice.
Jimmy, rank or not rank?
So rank. Why would I put my best midfielder right back, what is not his best position? So you're weakening really two positions. You're weakening your midfield, and you're weakening your right back. Okay, your best right back is Reece James, so you're gonna put somebody there that is different, but you keep that midfield intact.
It's interesting you say about your ruining two positions. I remember Liverpool had awful centre-half problems and moved Henderson, who's so influential to them, into that centre-half position. So you're killing two positions. It's just madness to do that.
No, I don't see that.
I don't see it. I understand where Cass is coming from in terms of the physicality of it. Of Declan Rice can run, he's athletic, but you are right in terms of killing two positions. But if anyone you could put in a position that doesn't play there, but you could trust them, it'd be Declan.
The only way I can see that happening if they put Declan right back, and then when they have the ball, he becomes
like
in the
Stones
midfield.
Used to do for Man City, right?
Yeah. He becomes in midfield and stuff. But I would want Declan in midfield, staying in midfield and do his thing in midfield.
Proper rank, yeah.
Proper, yeah. Proper rank.
Okay. And that concludes today's Jimmy Floyd Hassel rank. I'm sure that feature will definitely be back, purely because we can't think of anything else. Still to come on The Breakfast Show.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Loads more coming up, of course. We're going to keep the legend that is Jimmy Floyd with us till 10 a.m. Stay tuned also for an exclusive chat with the former England cricket vice-captain, Moeen Ali. He'll give us his reaction to Ben Stokes' retirement from the international game. Next up, though, how does it feel to be cursed by a witch doctor? Uri Geller will be joining us in just a moment. Very excited about that. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With pay-as-you-go hire from Travis Perkins, you can get straight on with the job. Available nationwide at all hire branches.
Manchester City have agreed a £116 million deal to sign Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. The fee, as you might have guessed, is the most ever paid for a British player and represents a new record for Manchester City. He's 23, Anderson, and has now been given permission to undertake a medical right here in New York today, with the deal subject to the finalising of personal terms. You would think that will get done quick style. Alex, Elliot Anderson, this is a remarkable rise, isn't it?
Certainly is, when you think that he went from Newcastle to Forest for a relatively modest sum. I know Eddie Howe at the time didn't particularly want to cash in, but obviously they had issues with PSR.
Yep.
It's interesting, the figures. City side are saying 116 million. Forest side are saying actually it's nearer to 130 million. Either way, it's a record, as you say, for a British player, potentially a Premier League record fee, eclipsing what Liverpool paid for Alexander Isak this time last year. I was speaking to a couple of ex-players at the darts last night, and we were pondering, if Elliot Anderson is really a £130 million player, how much would someone like Paul Scholes be worth in the current market? I think he's a terrific player, Elliot Anderson. I'm not sure he's a £130 million player.
Well, sure. He joined Forest, as Alex says, from Newcastle in a £35 million deal in 2023. So, not so long after that, we've now arrived at 116 million. Well, brilliant.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Morning, everyone. It's the Breakfast World Cup show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and someone that's learning fashion minute by minute, Jimmy Hasselbank, alongside us. If you're just waking up, Canada beat South Africa last night. We'll face one of Morocco or Netherlands, who play tonight at 2 a.m. The big one, I can't wait for this one. Brazil v Japan. Brazil, Japan.
Who?
Easy for me to say. 6 p.m. Then Germany. There you go. That's what I was saying. That against Paraguay is at 9:30. Both of those games live on talkSPORT. Let's focus on England and what we can expect from the knockout rounds with the World Cup reporter Max Scott is back in the studio. Scotty, you've taken off the hoodie. You all right?
Yeah, taking off the hoodie. You know, I'm absolutely delighted we're in an air-conditioned building, but I've warmed up a little bit. I've had my breakfast, taken my lovely hoodie off. And I want to talk about England, want to talk about the route to the final, because England fans are already beginning to plan it, already planning out where they might potentially be. Obviously, DR Congo in Atlanta. Now, many fans, there are reports of so many fans decided, I'm not going to this game because the tickets cost a minimum of £640. Loads of fans being quoted £1,000 to go to Atlanta. So England fans in their droves flying to Mexico, banking on beating DR Congo, and then obviously we can look later on in the tournament. But do you think you're tempting fate a little bit if you say, no, we're going to get there, we're going to be in Mexico? Is that sort of not taking the opposition seriously?
A little bit when we start pre-planning. It's like when we start looking at opposition. Like I've heard people talking about Brazil in the quarterfinals, and it's like, well done, you got 2 games before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I come as English fans, that's what we do, right? We kind of jump the gun a little bit early.
I think you're allowed to expect to beat Congo. I think if you're an England fan, look, it's not going to be easy, but I think you're allowed to expect that. You know, I bet you that Tuchel will say to the players, "Listen, this game is difficult. Be focused," and there will be focus, but I expect them to.
Get through.
Yeah.
In the end, I agree with you. Max, I'm going to let you go because we've got a guest waiting.
Why don't you read what it says on the screen?
I'm looking forward to this guest.
Read on the screen what it says.
Thank Max.
No, read it.
I can't read that. I'll read it in the next break. That game against Congo is, of course, live on talkSPORT.
Come on, read
Why
it.
are you doing that? Snitches get stitches.
I'll
tell you what, Jim, why don't you read it? Wednesday,
I'll leave that one for you.
5 p.m. in a lovely air-conditioned stadium, that one. Right, time now for this.
I put a spell on you.
Yeah, a bit of Nina Simone with I Put a Spell on You there, which we're playing because the World Cup witch doctor story has taken another twist and turn. Now, firstly, ahead of England's game against Ghana, a spiritualist announced that he had placed a voodoo curse on Harry Kane to prevent him scoring, and it worked, as the England skipper fired a blank in a 0-0 draw. But the same witch doctor has now turned his attention to TV personality and magician Uri Geller, placing the curse on him after Uri Geller tried to come to England's rescue and block the curse from working on Harry Kane. So we're getting a bit complicated, a bit scary as well. Let's find out what may be next in the curse of the witch doctors as we're joined live on The Breakfast Show by Uri Geller himself. Uri, good morning to you.
Hey, first of all, thank you for calling me Andy, Darren, and Jimmy. Listen, I'm in my museum in Old Jaffa in Israel, the Holy Land. Look what I have up on the huge screen in the museum. And I'm standing, hold on, I'm standing in the display room of all the footballers that I know, from Maradona to Messi, Pele, Ronaldo, Mbappe, many of them I know personally. You know, footballers are very superstitious. Now, you mentioned that witch doctor. Listen, guys, every day I'm getting in the mail crazy stuff. Voodoo doll with needles inside my head, inside my heart. This is crazy. Every day, people are trying to stop me from helping England. You remember Euro 96? I moved the ball away from Gary McAllister's foot, and England won, Scotland lost. So, yeah, I'm ready for everything because my powers are much stronger than these voodoo dolls that are coming with needles stuck inside me.
Yuri, let me ask you, Yuri. I can see, before we talk about the curse, I can see all the wonderful shirts around you. I can see a Neymar shirt. You mentioned Maradona, the Messi shirt. There's a Brazilian 10 shirt. That could be a number of wonderful players. I can't see a Darren Bent shirt.
Oh, I need Bent. I mean, come on. You and I have to be partners. Darren Bent. Before I go, I'm going to bend a spoon for you, Darren. All right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Send me a shirt. Send me a shirt and I'll hang it up here.
Yuri, I was telling the story. You won't remember this, but I was telling the story about how you came onto a show I did about 15 years ago, and I was told not to ask you to bend a spoon, but I got one myself from a canteen and gave it to you, and you bent it for me. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. You still doing that?
Oh yeah, I have tours in my museum every day, and I'll do one for you all now. Not only for you, but for your viewers at home. And let me tell you, dude, let's try an interactive experiment.
Okay.
When I bend the spoon, you guys, everybody who's listening to this show or watching us, go and get a spoon right to to your computer, to your telephone. It might bend in your home. You can bring along a broken watch. I'm going to fix your broken watches. This is freaky.
Okay,
I've been doing it. Listen, guys, I am going to be in December 80 years old. Wow. I've been bending spoons for all my life.
Looks great. You couldn't.
Thank you.
You couldn't hit my back, could you? Because I can't even bend over to pick up something when I drop it.
You got to come to my museum. I'll fix you up.
Yuri,
don't worry.
We have got a spoon. A spoon is just bizarrely. I did think someone at talkSPORT would hand me a wooden spoon, but thankfully they've handed me a metal spoon. Do you want to do that now? Do you want to do the?
Yeah. Wait. Before, let me put the voodoo doll.
Yeah. Don't get
on
mixed
the floor.
up, for God's
sake.
sake.
Yeah. You mentioned I have all these great footballers. The shirt. Even look up there. I've got. Look. Do you recognize that shirt? That's the shirt that won England the World Cup. And look at the paper above it. The orange football that won England the World Cup is right now in the Manchester Football Museum. And guess what? This is a revelation. There is only one signature on that orange football, and that's my signature on that football. This is why I'm such a huge believer that someday England will win the World Cup again.
Sorry.
Okay, the spoon.
Hold on, Yuri. Hold on. Are you saying that the only signature on the original ball from the 1966 World Cup final was yours?
Yes, absolutely. There's a big controversy about it.
Why?
People are angry.
How did that happen?
I can't tell you. That's a secret. No, I can't reveal. But it's positive. It's motivating. And yes, I do believe in England. Now, here is a spoon bending. First of all,
I've got one.
Wait.
Okay.
When I walk in the street, especially in London, people scream at me, "Hey, Yuri, bend the spoon for us." This is how I do it today. Look, 1, 2, this is my secret. 3, watch me bend it.
I do.
Right.
Can I say sorry, Yuri? Before you do that, that's such a great gag. Because people are listening, they can't see. You have got a tattoo of a spoon around your elbow, so you bent your arm and the spoon bent. It's very good.
Yeah.
But it's great. But we do want to see. I've got a metal spoon here in my hand. You've got one.
Okay.
If people are near a tablet or their iPad or whatever, go and watch it now on YouTube. We're going to do this together. Talk me through it.
Yeah, if you're at home, you have a broken watch, an old alarm clock, or broken iPads, anything that is broken, broken headphone, bring them to the screen and I'll try to fix them. But this is what made me so well known around the world.
Okay.
It was on the David Dimbleby, BBC, 52 years ago. I held a spoon. I placed my finger on the spoon.
Should I copy you?
And I melt it down. Look, I can't direct it exactly to your spoon, but watch this. There's no heat produced there. It's beginning. Look, it becomes soft.
Yeah.
The spoon absolutely becomes soft. And look, if I go like this now, there. And now I'll bend the handle for you. There you go. It's bending, bending, bending. And there it is. And this continues. Now, everybody at home, if you do have a spoon or a broken watch, listen to me. I'm going to scream 1, 2, 3, and you all at home or wherever you are in your cars, if you have a broken component in your car, we're going to say 1, 2, 3, work. So Andy, Darren, and Jimmy, you scream out work.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, work. One more time. 1, 2, 3, work. And the last time. 1, 2, 3, work. Now, if anything started in your home, in the car, wherever you watch this...
Yuri, I'll be honest with you. I can see the talkSPORT office. No one's working.
Well, now you've got to check it now. They're all working now.
Okay.
Bless you. Thank you very much for calling me.
Yuri, before we let you go, how far can you possibly do something that will make England go all the way to the final?
Listen, I'm doing my best. Believe me, every match I come down here, I put the match on the big screen with the logo. I think England will do well. I'm protecting Harry Kane from injury, meaning so he will stay throughout the whole. I mean, look what I have here. De Bruyne shows he signed it. Messi signed me his football.
Love it.
Ronaldo. So this is. Wait, let me pick it up. This is very heavy. And by the way, let me say the last thing I want to say. Look up here. The World Cup was brought to my house in Sonning, in Berkshire, and I held it and I energized it for England.
I love that.
Bye.
Yuri, before we let you go, Darren's rubbing his. Does he need to rub it harder? Oh, he's gone.
No, don't. A lot of people are thinking about rude stuff now.
No,
So
what are you talking? Yuri, what a
All right,
pleasure.
bye.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Bless you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, man. How about that, Yuri Geller? How's yours going?
Yeah, spinning and bending, bro.
No, but his did.
Yeah, it's mad, that.
What do you make of that, Jimmy? Yeah, that's
Next
enough.
question.
Okay. Right, just an hour of the show left. Coming up, we'll turn our attention back to England and the game against DR Congo. It's live on talkSPORT. We'll focus on that right after this. It's bang on 9 a.m.
When you look at Scotland over the 3 games, David, what is your overall assessment and takeaway? I mean, most of us looked at it and felt that Morocco and Brazil would be a reach to get anything from, and that the outcome of the Haitian game would be important and that goals needed to be scored. Criticism is being made of Steve Clarke. I'm not asking you to jump on the bandwagon, but the manner in which Scotland have played, the lack of bravery, the fact that they've been very negative in lots of people's minds, and Steve is a defensive coach. When you hear all those things, what's your assessment of these 3 games and the opportunities that Scotland have either taken or missed?
Yeah. Well, we spoke the other day. I think the biggest word what you're missing here, Simon, is quality. I don't think Scotland have the quality at the moment available to them to compete. I'm not saying that on the odd day that you wouldn't beat one of these teams and get good results, which we did against Denmark, for example, when we get through those games. But I just feel that generally Scotland have been short of that level. We talked about it a few days ago when we were talking about the Haiti game and only winning 1-0. We all felt it was a really good result. Not a really good result, but a good result because we had got 3 points. But you were right in what you were saying. We probably needed to score 3 or 4 goals. But I don't think MD, who's played Haiti yet, or certainly Morocco, have found it that easy. And I don't think they've been as easy a game as what maybe everybody hoped it might have been. So yeah, it might have cost us not scoring 2 or 3 goals in that one game. But I think us getting a victory in the opening game of the World Cup seemed like a good result for us and a good return. But
David, are you saying virtually that it doesn't really matter who's in the Scotland dugout? This is as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm. Like Steve Clarke's done brilliant, Jim. You know as well as I do. We've.
You could probably draw a photo of the modern FIFA World Cup trophy with your eyes closed. But what about the original Jules Rimet trophy? And why was it changed in the first place? And is the trophy that gets lifted by the winning team after the World Cup final the original or the replica? The World Cup trophy hasn't always looked like this. It actually used to resemble this. Originally called Victory or Coupe du Monde, it was designed by French sculptor Abel Lafleur and debuted at the first ever World Cup in 1930. It depicted the Greek goddess of victory, Nike, holding an octagonal cup made of gold-plated sterling silver. It had a lapis lazuli base, which is that deep blue gemstone at the bottom. Renamed in 1946 to honour the FIFA president who launched the World Cup, it became then the Jules Rimet Trophy. It went on several adventures during its life, hidden in a shoebox during the Second World War to prevent theft from the Nazis, to famously being stolen in 1966 in England, only to be found by Pickles the dog. Brazil won the right to keep the Jules Rimet trophy permanently in 1970 after winning it 3 times. There'd be more drama, though, with the trophy again stolen in 1983 in Rio de Janeiro. It's believed to have been melted down. So back to 1970 and the creation of the current and iconic 18-carat gold trophy. Standing at 36.8 centimetres tall with a base made up of 2 layers of green malachite, it's been the World Cup as we know it since the 1974 tournament. But is that the trophy that the winners get to keep? The answer is no. The original gold trophy remains with FIFA and is only displayed at special events. World Cup winners have to settle for a bronze gold-plated replica. The base of the current original has enough space to engrave the names of the winners up to and including the 2038 World Cup. So could we therefore be in for a new trophy in the coming years?
We've killed this song.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Hold on, let me... I've got a sponsorship. World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Eddie Goldstein, Darren Bent, Jimmy Floyd, Asselbank and Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and upgrade event, get 2 years free servicing, plus a chance to win the cost of it back in June.
Well, that didn't work. Brake light's still not working.
Jimmy, what do you make of all... You're not having Uri Geller, are you?
Not really, no.
No, well faded out. That's good work, Ed, wasn't it? That's nice. Just boom. Just... Why are you not having him?
No, not really.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you believe in psychics?
I'm a little bit scared of psychics.
Are you?
Because, yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
I don't want them to... I don't like it.
Do you believe in it, though? If someone like a seance and all that sort of stuff...
I actually don't know, really.
Okay.
But I don't want them to tell me what's going to happen.
You like the idea that the idea that you're in control of your life and that your pathway's not already mapped out.
Exact, but also it will be in my mind. Oh, this is going to happen. When is going to happen?
Are you superstitious?
A little bit, yes.
What do you do before football matches?
I used to sit at home games always at the same place.
Yeah.
And I used to put my boots on in a certain way.
What, left foot first?
Always right foot first.
Okay.
Because that is the foot.
Yeah, yeah.
The hammer.
Yes.
The hammer. What's your left foot like? Any good?
Yes.
Amazing.
Spurs. Remember the perfect hat trick against
Did you
Spurs?
say amazing?
Yes.
Such a great answer. My left foot.
Do you know what it was? When he came to Charlton, I was there. That was obviously I'd seen it on TV, but that was one of those things when I seen him shooting at the goalkeeper. I went, "Oh my goodness, you can't stop that."
Yes.
Him and Kokori, him and El Kokori used to honestly bang.
Oh yeah, I forgot about El Kokori.
Yeah, your shot was ridiculous. Can you teach that?
No, not the power.
You can't.
No,
it just comes from.
Yeah, you can practice a little bit, but no, you can't.
The power's natural.
He's natural. Right, still to come before 10 a.m. We've got loads actually to cram into the next 50 minutes. After the bombshell news that England cricket captain Ben Stokes will retire at the end of today's play with New Zealand, World Cup winner Moeen Ali, who played with Stokes for 10 years, will join us and try and explain that decision. But time now to round up all the latest tournament action with the wonderful people at Burger King.
The Breakfast Briefing on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Hey Jude,
Yes, the knockout stages are here. The time when the World Cup, I think, really gets going. England will face DR Congo in the last 32. It's Wednesday, 5 p.m. it kicks off. And, of course, it's live on talkSPORT. Then England, will face either Mexico or Ecuador in Mexico City in the last 16. That one, set your alarms, going to be Monday morning if we get through 1 a.m. How about that? It's live on talkSPORT. It'll be Brazil. Where are we going with this? Brazil, Japan, Ivory Coast or Norway in the quarterfinals. That's next Saturday. We could be there, D, for that in Miami. Jude Bellingham, again, one man of the match, scoring the opening goal and assisting Kane for the second. Speaking after the game, Bellingham spoke about his partnership with Harry.
I mean, I think I've built a good relationship with Harry over the last 4 or 5 years, especially after Qatar, you know, playing so close together. And yeah, it's an honour to play with him. For me, he's the best England player of all time. He's the one who showed up more than anyone, more than any England player. And so it's quite easy to play with him, in all honesty. He's at a level at the minute that's just incredible. You don't doubt him at all in terms of whether he's involved, whether he's not. You know he's going to make a difference in the game, and he did again today.
He did indeed. Jimmy, do you think behind Kane, Bellingham is our most important player?
I think they are on a par together. I think he is something else. You know, he's got a habit of turning up in really important moments. If you look at the goals that he scores and when he scores them, you know, 1-0s, and Benty will agree with me, it's so important to score the 1-0s and 1-1s, the 2-1s, you know, those important goals. Not a lot of players can do that and do that. And he has got that thing around him. I don't know how he does it, but he just has it, that he turns up at really important moments, like an overhead kick, for instance, like the goal other day, out of nothing. You know, it's just the feeling for him, putting his left foot around it and score. You know, that's why I want him closer all the time to the box, to the goal.
He's world class, right?
For me, he's world class.
How many world class players do England have?
I think England has got a few. I think Argentina has got Messi, yeah, but then really, what more? But they have got the team. If you look at France has got several, several, yeah. But
the Dutch,
a couple, but I don't think that England are far behind. You know,
who are England's world class players?
Oh gosh, you like to put me on the spot here. Well, we know Harry Kane is world class. We know Bellingham is world class. I see Saka as world class. I see Declan as world class. Rashford in top form can be world class. The player who surprised me the most when I came first to England was Stones. How good he is on the ball, how calm, how understanding of the game, you know. And don't get me wrong, England has got so many good players. James, world class for me, world class.
I'll tell you what, on the back of that, let's pick your start 11 for DR Congo.
Oh, here we go already.
Right. In goal.
Pickford.
Okay, is he world class?
He's not world class, but he is very, very good.
Left back?
He's already written his back four in front of me here.
Left back?
Left back, O'Reilly.
Right back?
I think I would go with Konsa, right back. He's played there for Aston Villa before. It's not his favorite position, but he can do that.
Okay. Centre halves?
And I'm only saying that because we think that James is in.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
If James was not in,
he picks himself,
starts. Yeah.
Centre halves?
Stones and Gil.
Okay. Let's go middle of the park now.
Oh, here we go. It's fascinating, this bit.
I would go with Anderson, Rice, and Mr. Bellingham.
All right. Out wide. Left.
Left.
Remember what you wrote here? Don't come away from that now.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I won't. I would go first. I will leave that as a surprise.
Okay.
I would go first on the right and overrule you and go to Saka.
Okay.
Kane.
He's leaving a big one till last.
Kane, striker, and I would go. Look,
who would you go, Jim?
Look,
Give me a name.
Rashford is playing absolutely magnificent.
But
I would go for this game. I would go with Rodgers on the left, and him coming a little bit in and have a little bit more freer role, so that O'Reilly can play a little bit higher.
Okay.
Yeah. And keep the pitch wide and big, and then you have got still 3 at the back in Konsa, Stones, and Gio.
Okay, all right. Social media will love that. That was a roundup of all the latest action thanks to Burger King. Up next, Ben Stokes has retired from international cricket. So are we 100% sure he will never play for England again? We'll ask his former teammate. Moeen Ali will be joining us live on The Breakfast Show right after this. It's 9:16.
The Breakfast Briefing on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
You mentioned him there, right? And about Nico O'Reilly. Now, obviously, the manager made a change because he saw something could go on and he thought Spence would have been a better option. But you would have watched Nico week in, week out. Does it faze him, whoever he's playing against, however quick they are, strong they are? Is he just the perfect left back in terms of playing against anyone?
I tell you what is the difference between Nico and Jed Spence. Nico get you a goal. He will get you a Goldstein and get you a goal.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough of Jed Spence. I'm not Tottenham fan. I haven't seen enough of him, so I don't know. But I would, being biased, he'd be the first name on the City team sheet, never alone the England team sheet. So, and when he came on, he had one of the two best chances. So, I wouldn't be quick to drop Nico. He's whatever he might lack as a fullback, he'll give you going forward the other way.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And he's fearless. He's fearless on the ball. You know, he can dribble like a midfielder. You know, he's a top player.
Let's sort of move it on to City while staying with England. You are edging closer to a deal for Elliot Anderson. And I said before the window opened, if United could buy one player that would be gettable, it would be Elliot Anderson. I'm not too sure about the price tag. I don't know what.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
It's 90 minutes past 9. Good morning, everyone. You are listening to the World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein. A couple of legends in the studio go by the name of Darren Bent and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank at 3:20 yesterday afternoon at Trent Bridge. It seemed like a very normal day at the cricket, with England potentially heading towards serious defeat against New Zealand. But Just 5 minutes later, Ben Stokes in the middle of a mammoth 11-over spell of bowling. All that changed. The ECB released a statement out of the blue saying that Stokes' 4-year reign of captaining his country would come to an end today, and it would also retire from international cricket immediately. I mean, it's just such a crazy day. Here's what was said by Stokes to his England teammates yesterday morning.
There's something that I know is going to happen over the next 2 days, which is going to be, this is my last 2 days as your captain, and my last 2 days as representing England. Reasons can wait, why, but I've had many trips to the well before for this team, for you blokes, for people beforehand, and I've got one more trip to do.
Very bizarre. Let's round up a quite bonkers day in Nottingham. Excuse me. And the end of Stokes' career with the man who won the World Cup alongside him in 2019. A good morning to Moeen Ali. Moeen, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on. We've got so much to talk to you about. Let's talk about the timing of this announcement first, because whenever something is out of the blue, there is always a reason for it. What is the reason for the timing of this announcement?
I'm not sure, actually. It's remarkable because it very rarely, I think it's very unique that it happens during a game, and he's about to start a spell himself again after tea. And to do it on a day 4 of a test match is obviously very rare. So, yeah, we're not sure exactly why the timing is now, but yeah, I think it's sad that we're losing a great player and a real good captain who's done an amazing job. But yeah, I think the timing is very rare and it's very unique and hard to explain exactly why it's done on day 4 of the test match.
Do you think that's definitely it? Or do you think there is a chance potentially that he might think about it and then maybe, I don't know, a couple of years' time he will come back? Or do you think, obviously you know him, that potentially that now we've said this, that's him done?
That's him done. Some players you play with and against, once they've captained, they can't then, I don't think they can play again in that same side without being a captain. And after 4 years, generally, players do give up the captaincy or step down from it. And I just feel he's the type of person that if he's not captain, he just can't play in that same side again. Where someone like Joe Root has captained and obviously breaking records and doing amazingly well. So the way he is, I don't think he's going to come back out of retirement. I think he's just going to try and enjoy the rest of his career, playing for Durham and franchise leagues, etc., and just almost get away from that intensity of playing international cricket.
Can you 100% say that Ben Stokes will never play for England again?
It's a tough one. He's come back from ODI cricket before, but I'm pretty certain that he won't play again now Test matches ever again. We don't know the exact reasons why he's retiring. I know he said it's best for him and stuff, but there could be more coming out, maybe potentially in a month or so. But yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he'll play again.
Moeen, let me ask you, when you look at the style of cricket that followed that announcement, and you look at the mess that we find ourselves in with this scenario, who, in your opinion, is to blame? Is it Stokes for putting himself in that position, for going out after the curfew, or is it Key and McCullum and the ECB for not backing him?
Well, I think initially when it came out, it's Stokes obviously was part of the panel that put the curfew together, and then I think the only mistake he made was he broke the curfew, but it was after a game. They just won a test match, 10-day break. So I don't think it was that much of a big deal. And we don't know exactly what's happened with if it's felt like he's been backed or not by the ECB. And because the ECB have gone through a lot as well in terms of obviously the winter with the Ashes and people breaking curfews and being out before a game. But I personally think with Stokes' situation here, it's been so intense over the 4 years. Everything he's ever thought about is trying to win the Ashes and win Test matches for England, and I think it's probably just got to him, and he's probably burnt out, and he's just thought, you know what, I'm gonna knock it on his head, and I'm done. I don't think there's many people to blame unless there's more stories to come out. With, I don't know if ECB's not backed him, but it's not really clear yet, and it's hard to say.
Would you say, when you look at some of the greats that have played for England, and there have been many, does Ben Stokes rank up there really highly with some of these guys?
Yeah, Ben Stokes would be one of the best players ever to have played for England. Might not be in terms of most runs or wickets, but I think there's only two people ever to have scored 7,000 Test runs and taken 250 plus wickets, and he's one of them. So he's definitely there with the top three best all-rounder. I mean, Flintoff, both Stokes. It's hard to, eras are different, so it's hard to compare, but I think he's one of the best all-rounders ever to have played the game in all aspects of the game.
Who should be next? Who should be the next captain?
I think they're going to give it to Harry Brook, which is probably the probably best thing to do. But he also, I think the reason why he didn't captain the last game was because he broke the curfew in Australia or New Zealand, I think it was. But I think generally, I think he'll be. I genuinely think he'll be the next captain because he's the best player after Joe Root, and yeah, he's captain material. He's that sort of player.
Murray, let me get your views on what happened yesterday, because Bazball will officially come to an end today, but England's approach to that final hour of play yesterday has drawn huge criticism. Former England skipper Michael Vaughan even labelled Harry Brook's innings as pathetic. What did you make of how the afternoon panned out? It was very bizarre, wasn't it?
Very bizarre. I thought it was very strange. I think Stokesy opening the batting as well. I think there's so much time left in the game still to score the runs. England score quickly anyway. But I know what they were trying to do is get off to a flying start and try and close that gap as quick as possible. I would have personally preferred Brook and Stokesy to come in a bit later on when they need probably 200 to win, 250 to win, and then go for it. But it was bizarre. Very unique again, like I said. But yeah, I mean, the danger is players like Harry Brook, Emilio Gay, the younger players in the side, getting caught up in the whole emotional side of the game and what's going on around them. But actually, you still got to score runs and you still got to perform you as an individual and try and win the game for England.
Oh, what a real pleasure. You look wonderful. Thanks so much for your time, pal. Have a great day.
Thank you. I love your show and two great strikers sat there. Amazing.
Hold on. Boys, can you move out the way? I can't see who he's talking about. Mo, what an honour to have you on. Thanks, pal.
Thank you.
How nice is that, Mo and Ali?
Yeah, they talk about me and Jimmy. Didn't even give you a mention.
Who's better out of you two?
Him, Jimmy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna sit here and just lie.
All right.
Jimmy's
Jimmy,
top.
you don't say anything about that,
Top.
yeah?
Jimmy's
For
top.
once, he's
Very good, very good. Coming up, turn our attention to Scotland. Should Steve Clarke get a knighthood? That's what Mark McGee has said on the World Cup Daily. We'll stop laughing, you two. We'll discuss that right after this. It's 9:27.
I just think our options, like we bring O'Reilly on, he gets the header in the box late on. You start putting bodies in the box against these low defensive block teams. Like it was calling out for Tony to come on for me, get more bodies in the box, because we had players come on, put more crosses in the box. Saka come on and made an impact, I thought. But I just think Saka and Rashford has to start.
He's got to take the skipper off if he does.
So that was John Terry sitting exactly where Sam is this morning. This clamour for Rashford, you've got a view in that, haven't you?
Well, I just don't remember the last time Rashford started a game for England was particularly impactful. It's always the way, whatever you haven't got is what you cry out for when you don't get the outcomes that you want. The main thrust of England's game was they didn't fizz the ball around. If you move the ball quickly, you move people around. And it was interesting that they put Saka on, which I think makes a lot of difference when he comes on, because he's a clever player, he creates outcomes. And the numbers that he throws out on the field are quite staggering when he's actually on the field. And then he shifted Madueke dugout side so that the coach could be in his ear driving him forward. I think the other thing, I think Rashford comes on as an impact player. If you're playing the last 20 minutes of a game and Rashford comes on with a wild hair up his backside because he hasn't been in the side, he's been replaced by Anthony Gordon at Barcelona and England and wants to play, which is the Rashford that we've got now. Tragically, for a boy of his talent, he's a consequence player. Every time he does something that gets him consequence, he responds to it. He doesn't play well for a season. The England team need him to be available for the next World Cup. He has a good season. He goes away, gets himself into trouble by not turning up for a training session, gets consequence. The next 3 games, he plays very well. So.
We've all seen one of these before, right? The old heavy leather ball. No, not that one. That one. Used in World Cups and football as a whole for years back in the day. It's a far cry from modern balls made from synthetic materials, full of sensors for VAR and goal line technology. So when did the switch happen? Up until 1970, it was generally the rule of thumb that the host nation would provide the ball. The balls were always made from leather, usually with a vulcanized rubber interior, the same stuff they make tennis balls from. But in rainy and muddy conditions, the ball would absorb loads, and it was like playing with a brick. In 1970, Adidas were tasked with creating their first ball, and they came up with this icon, the Telstar. Despite its new, sleek look, it was a handful for goalkeepers and pretty unpleasant to head with. So in 1974, Adidas came out with the Telstar Durlast, the first synthetically coated ball that would be resistant to water and mud, and generally wouldn't wear as badly. The next major breakthrough came during the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, where Adidas placed an alien-like sensor in the middle of the ball, tracking every touch at 500 hertz to aid referees in offside decisions and handball calls. But in essence, it's the same ball developed by Adidas over 40 years ago.
You're listening to the World Cup Breakfast Show with me, Andy Goldstein, the legends Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Chief Moaner, Darren Bent, and Arnold Clark, who are celebrating what's said to be a massive month of football. You could be a huge winner in their June upgrade event. Are you surprised, Jimmy, how much he moans now you're sort of with him?
Not at all.
Honest, it's non-stop. It's cold in here, this and that.
Okay, what else have I moaned about? I said it's cold, that's it.
I've played a year with him, so I know.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? You moaned it cold?
No,
you moan you're not as stylish as I am?
It's cold, though, here.
Yeah, it's good. It's meant to keep you on your toes, James.
But is he not allowed to say that?
You can say it once, twice, but 40 times in a show is a little bit... drives you mad,
Do you
right?
think it's cold in here, Jim?
It's a little bit fresh.
Thank you.
Fresh.
Jim, keep it to yourself. Just a reminder, if you want the chance to win 26 grand tax-free cash to fund your summer, you need to head to talksportwin.com to enter and for full T's and C's. Now, Wimbledon. Wimbledon gets underway. No Emma Raducanu. She's pulled out with injury. So who is in action? Here is Laura Kirk-Francis with everything you need to know.
Strawberries and cream at the ready. Wimbledon starts today, but Britain's Emma Raducanu won't be playing at the All England club after withdrawing on the eve of her home Grand Slam because of a stress fracture in her right lower leg. She says she's done everything possible to get to the start line, but after a final scan, the niggle that she's been managing has developed into a stress fracture. She'd added that she's been medically advised to stop pushing through. Jannik Sinner starts his defence on centre court today, and he'll be followed by top seed in the women's draw, Sabalenka. And over on number one court today, the 8th seed, Daniil Medvedev, plays Marin Cilic before French Open champion Mira Andreeva starts her bid for another Grand Slam.
Good work, Laura. Good music as well, isn't it? Like a bit of tennis, Jim?
I love tennis. I love Wimbledon.
Yeah? You been?
I've been a couple of times.
Right. You get the freebie? The old VIP treatment?
Yes.
Oh, you got an in? Have you got an in for us?
I've got an in, yeah.
Can you get me and Benny in?
No.
Okay, good. Now,
I used to have a good in, even though I've been a couple of times.
what's happened?
But he doesn't long. So one of my best mates, shout out Watkins.
Yeah.
His dad used to do the locks.
What do you mean the locks?
A lot of their locks in Wimbledon, so you could always get free tickets, man.
What do you mean the locks? What does that mean?
Wherever doors, locks, a lock.
Yeah.
He used to do the locks at Wimbledon, like the doors, the lounge.
He used to open doors.
You had him laugh.
He used to do the locks.
I know what you're talking about.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I'm not English.
Right.
I
know what you're talking about, but that's not an expression. He used to do the locks.
Okay, okay.
Unless he's a locksmith.
Exactly that. He used to put the locks in at Wimbledon.
Oh, he'd install the locks in the doors at Wimbledon, and that's your in, is it?
Okay, I can get free tickets. Can you?
I think you can open the door, but that's literally all you can do.
Hey,
no, that's all we need. Actually.
Graham Lassau get me, man.
Oh, really? Can he still get them? I love Graham Lassau, top lad.
Hopefully he can.
All right. Well, if anyone at Wimbledon VIPs listening to me and Bentley pop along.
Stop putting me in the bracket.
All right, just me. I'll take Jimmy.
Don't worry, I'll sort
You'll be in New York.
Not next. This week starts today, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Your locksmith fella's not helping. Right, let's turn our attention back to football. Just imagine, right, you headed to the States full of optimism as a Scotland fan, only to fly back a couple of weeks later. Embarrassing that would be. Well, that's what our next guest did. But apparently, it was going to be so different this time round.
But we got John McCain.
Scotland have returned to the World Cup with a win.
That 1-0 result, maybe a lot of Scottish fans thought 1 win will be enough.
We got John McGinn and Robbo out on the wing. No Scotland, no party. Steve Clark starts in army.
Oh, we're in. We're through to the next stage.
Are we winning against Morocco?
Yeah, I think so. 2-0.
5-1. What else you want me to say? 4-1, 3-1, 2-1, 5-1.
Here we go.
Scotland 0, Morocco 1.
We are known as being the bottle jobs, the laughing stock. People calling us the Spurs of international football.
Has anyone seen Scotland? Can you hear me, Scotland? You're Mr. One hell of a beating.
We'll still be the best fans there. That's all I care about.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Good trophy.
Fan of the tournament.
If you look at Morocco and Brazil, who do you fancy taking a point off? You're taking a point off Brazil.
It's 3. It gets worse and worse for Scotland.
This is the easiest World Cup to get out of the group. Scotland somehow have managed to screw that up.
Give us a big come on, Scotland, guys.
Come on, Scotland!
Yeah, that 1-0 win over Haiti was labelled as one of Scotland's greatest ever days. We even took calls from fans who claimed they could get a result against Morocco for some reason. And even when they lost that game, we still had to listen to fans tell us that they're going to smash Brazil. It would be an easier game, some were quoting. Yet here we are with Scotland, one of only 16 teams to not reach the last 32. Cape Verde managed to, despite Scotland having a population 10 times the size of Cape Verde, would you believe? One person who at least had a 10-day holiday out of it is now safe and sound back in Glasgow. He's talkSPORT Scotland correspondent Shabana Hearn, and she joins us now. Morning, Shabana Hearn. How you doing?
Morning, guys. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. That was a funny little package, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You enjoy yourself there?
Took me ages to edit that this morning at 4 o'clock.
Do you know what is amazing, though? That picture behind your head, Shaban. Wow. What a picture that is. It's Michael Jordan hitting the winning shot against the Utah Jazz. What a shot that is.
Know your NBA.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Jimmy, he's been round the house loads of times.
Oh, okay.
For interviews. Right, Shaban.
Not true.
Yeah, I had to look twice. Okay.
Right, let's stop talking about winners. Let's talk about losers. Scotland, right? Looking back on it now, do you think that Scotland fans got a tiny bit carried away with that win over Haiti?
No, we didn't get carried away. We were carried away before the Haiti game. We thought I thought we could have put 3 past Haiti, and I think that was because of our warm-up games, Andy. Like the warm-up games, we were shown, as Cundy and O'Hara would say, it was good signs. There was good signs from those 2 games, and we were putting in goals. Originally, we couldn't score goals. In those games, we scored 8, 4 in each. So in a way, you were kind of built up for that. And then I thought, going into the Haiti game, he'll play that team. He'll play Shea Adams and Shankland in the 2, Aaron Hickey and Ben Gannon on the right. And then he changed that around for the game against Haiti. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, after the Haiti game, we went, okay, at least it's a win, and it looked very possible that you could go through in the third place game, the third place with a win, you know, but we needed more of a goal. We needed more goals, and we didn't get them against Haiti. Morocco, you went into that still full of belief. 70 seconds in, we pooed our pants. We were terrible. And then it picked up after that, and we kind of got a grip of ourselves. And Brazil, you believe, you want, and you hope, and you're there, and you're swept up with the Tartan Army, and you think maybe we could get something here. But I was being very realistic going into that game, going, hold on a minute. You know, Jack Hendry and Grant Hanley going up against, you know, Vinny Jr. and Ryan and Cunha. We have to check ourselves. If we get something here, it'll be because we've had a tactical masterclass, and we weren't good enough. The guys didn't rise to the occasion, I don't think, either, and it just wasn't to be. So yeah, we were ahead of ourselves before it all. I think we kind of believed in ourselves, and you hear it from the punters there, you know, the fans in Miami, 5-1, 8-1. We were all just lashed and having a good time at that point, and you're trying to see the funny side and the fact that, you know, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, kind of thing.
Shaban, does it just feel flat? Because you're right, your qualifying campaign and that night when you beat Denmark, it just looked electric and all the feel-good factor. And even though you did beat Haiti and you are a major tournament, does it just feel flat now?
Yeah. And then obviously Steve's gone now. All of it, I guess, we're looking and going, what a shame. And as it's been rightfully pointed out, the players that we've got, the players who are in their prime for club, likely, you know, won't be in their prime 4 years from now, you know, next time the next World Cup comes around. So it'll be a tough job for the next manager. But I've said it before, and I know I was hammering him after the game for Brazil for walking away from the press, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that side of him. But what I do love is that he's been a coach who's been able to get us to major tournaments. So for that, we're grateful.
What is next for Scotland? Who will get it? And who is going to do better than Clark? Yeah,
good question, Jimmy. I mean, that's what we're all discussing right now. I like the idea of Ange Postecoglou. That's been touted around a number of times. Yeah, I like the idea of Ange. He's got a bit of a love of affair with Scotland anyway, from his time in Glasgow at Celtic. I don't know if the Rangers fans will love that, but there was chat about Derek McInnes possibly replacing Steve Clarke if this World Cup hadn't worked out. McInnes has now taken the Rangers job. Neil McCann's name's been put around as well. The question is do we keep it as a Scotsman, or do we do what you guys have done, like what the English have done, and go get an international manager? I think what was also lovely about Steve Clarke was that, you know, he's a proud Scotsman himself, and, you know, he had a real affiliation with it all. Whether we'll go down that route, but I think we have to now be better than we've got a good fan base, because I stand by it. And people are making fun of the idea that we have a good team. That is a good team. Benty, Jimmy, you guys will know yourself, those are good players in that team. But we're not getting something right. But as Tony Cascarino pointed out on the weekend, he thinks that they're missing a bit of, you know, gumption when they put on that Scotland shirt. What they're doing for club, they're not doing for Scotland. Look at McTominay. You know, what happened there? Why has he gone quiet? Again, at the Euros, he was quiet. Is it a long season? Is it something else? There's reports that the camp had gone a little bit toxic, you know, during the World Cup as well. Were there other things going on there? So I think whoever comes in has to instill a belief in these players that they're a good bunch, they're a good team, the best that we've seen in many, many years, and believe that we can go places and not just have a good time, but we can compete to get out of the group. We've not ever been out of the group, guys. No. Ever.
And that's crazy. Shaban, you mentioned it there, right? And there's been a lot of talk, certainly with the England camp, appointing Thomas Tuchel as a German manager. Have you got any preference? Do you think the next coach needs to be Scottish after what Steve Clarke's done? Or would you be just happy with a very good coach regardless where he's from?
I'm going to get splinters with that one, Benty. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely convinced yet. If they offer up a good name, you know, then I would say you have to really consider it, you know, because, you know, if Tuchel wins you guys the World Cup, it'll be incredible. Absolutely incredible. It shouldn't matter whereabouts they're from, but I did love that about Steve Clarke. I've always loved that about the Scotland managers, that they're Scots people. But then again, you could love the country, you know, you could have an affiliation with Scotland and appreciate the culture and the fans and the people. That's what I think Thomas Tuchel has done right. You know, he spent a lot of time in England. He spoke about that. You know, you don't have to be, my dog's going mental. You don't have to be, oh no, he's got absolutely lost. he doesn't like Thomas Tuchel. The dog's going crazy at the idea of Thomas Tuchel. We'll just have to wait and see. I like the idea of Big Ange. I will say that. Do you think that sounds like a fit?
I think he's a terrible manager.
A terrible manager?
Yeah, I think he's a dreadful manager. We saw that at Spurs. I know he won the Europa League, and we saw that at Forest.
I think you're out of order.
I don't think
I think you're seriously out of order. I think he's more than capable. I think he's actually I like Ange. I like Ange.
Nice, man.
There's not a lot of people who done well at Spurs, huh? And some really big
you
names.
got relegated.
No. So he won a cup. He won a cup.
Yeah.
And there's so many managers who failed at Spurs, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's a very good manager.
Shaban, listen, while we got you, I want to stay with your views on Stevie Clarke and his resignation, etc. I don't know if you've heard of it or heard it yet. The latest episode of the World Cup Daily podcast, now available. Joe Shannon and Mark McGee, they go head to head over whether Stevie Clarke, what his legacy is, and whether or not he should get a knighthood. Mark McGee said he should get a knighthood. He deserves one. What a one-word answer, because we're massively over. Should Steve Clarke be knighted?
I honestly don't think Steve Clarke will care. Like, doesn't strike me as the guy who cares for anything.
What do you think? Do you think he should?
In this day and age, yeah, because everyone gets them now, so why not give him a knighthood? Like, I'll be getting a knighthood at this rate.
Do you think he deserves it? Do you think if you answer this correctly, you might? Do you think he deserves it?
No.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean. I think this day and age, everybody gets a knighthood. Everybody gets a knighthood or a damehood. I don't know what it's about anymore, but I think we've all said that. However, like, fair play, he got us to major tournaments. For that, I'm grateful for that. I do. I've got a real respect for the guy. I know a lot of the fan base does, but we want more than that. And I don't think he would rather get out the group than give our monkeys about a knighthood that everyone can get. He must be able to buy that on eBay now.
Okay. Before I let you go, I've been asked by management, have you got your diary there?
Right, okay, what for?
They just want to make sure you're free for Scotland at the next World Cup. Can you go to the year 2052 and have a look if you're free?
I'll be pure dead. They bring bread for them, guys.
Shaban, always a pleasure and an honour. Have a good one. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Have a great day. Good to see you all. Bye.
Too. There you go, the wonderful Shaban Ahern. Coming up, we'll turn our attention to a huge night of World Cup action. Doesn't get much better than this, is it? The knockout stage for the World Cup has begun. Tonight at 6 o'clock, Brazil v Japan. 9:30 live on talkSPORT. Also, Germany against Paraguay. And to round things off, 2 a.m. I suppose it starts Tuesday morning. Netherlands against Morocco. All live on the talkSPORT network. When we come back, we'll get Jimmy and Benny to predict every round of 32 games. Next, we've got our show going to 11 a.m. today.
Ronaldo is top, still top. But Haaland, for instance, is a better finisher.
Let me ask you this. In world football, I said this, Bentley, on yesterday's show, and I got a little bit of criticism. In his pomp, right? I'll ask you both. I'll start with Bentley.
I heard it.
I said R9 is a better finisher than Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, do you know,
he's a better striker, number 9.
Do you know what you said, right? And you said he was a better goal scorer.
Okay.
Right? Now, for me, R9 is a better centre forward. Like, so I don't think it's even close, right? But what people will do is look at the numbers. And this is where sometimes stats-wise, like the new generation will go, if I say R9's better than Ronaldo, Cristiano, they're going to go, are you crazy? He's got 1,000 goals. But sometimes it's not about just stats. It's about what does your eyes tell you. And anyone who's watched it, you would have watched him. R9 is the best centre forward I've ever seen.
R9, for me, that's my hero. You know, he is... That's why I wanted to become a striker. You look at him and Ronaldo has done absolutely magnificent. Yeah. And Ronaldo, it's all about numbers and goal scoring. And he's obsessed with that. And that makes him so good. But our 9 is just phenomenal. He's just incredible.
Better.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
.51, you're listening to the World Cup Breakfast Show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and he just told us in the break, closet Man United fan, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Right, it's time now to look ahead to today's round of 32 games, all thanks to Shaw.
High-pressure picks on talkSPORT with Shaw. Non-stop protection deodorant that won't ever let you down.
When you go, well, you sit back.
A letter from... 3 more last 32 games kicking off over the next 24 hours, all live on talkSPORT. Every game, by the way, the World Cup, live on talkSPORT. 6 p.m, Brazil, Japan. 9:30, Germany, Paraguay. And then tomorrow in the early hours at 2 a.m, the Netherlands take on Morocco. Jimmy, who out of the teams that we'll see today do you think has the best chance of winning the World Cup? Brazil, Morocco, or Germany?
Oh, Brazil, Morocco, or Germany?
Because out of all the teams, the 6 I mentioned, they're probably most likely to go further.
Well,
so that's Brazil beating Japan, Germany beating Paraguay, and of course Morocco smashing Netherlands.
I don't think that Brazil will win against Japan.
Smashing the Netherlands.
I don't.
You didn't even hear it the first 2 times.
I did hear it, but sometimes you just need to let it go one ear in, other out.
Okay.
I don't see Brazil going further. I do see Germany winning.
Further than what?
Than Japan. I think Japan.
Brazil.
I think it will be a surprise tonight. Japan.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
It's a really difficult team to play against. Germany will win, and I think Netherlands will scrape past Morocco.
Not convincing that the Netherlands shout.
No, it will be a very hard game.
If you weren't Dutch, would you say that? No, I'm serious. You only say, like, I would say that about England, like, we just squeeze because I'm English. Do you honestly think the Dutch will get through?
Yeah.
You do?
Just.
Okay.
Just.
I've got in front of me 16 ties, round of 32. Our producer reckons we can go through every single one of them.
16, yes.
All right. I don't know if this makes good radio, me saying 2 teams and then you just saying 1.
Yeah, a little bit of context.
All right. Jimmy, first game, South Africa against Canada. Who do you think will win? Go on, what score? That's finished, by the way, game. Canada won that this morning, 1-0. Right, Brazil v Japan. What will the score be, Jim?
1-2.
Okay, Benny, you see Japan going through?
No, I'm going to go Brazil to win 2-1.
Okay, Germany against Paraguay. Benny, I'll stay with you.
I think Germany will win, although their last game I was a little bit like, ooh, not great. And to be fair, I don't think Germany have looked great other than the first win 7-1, but I think they'll have enough to get past Paraguay. So 3-1 Germany.
James?
I say 2-1 Germany.
So both think Germany will go through. The Dutch against Morocco. Bentley, what score Morocco win by?
3-1 Morocco.
Yeah, me too. Go on, Morocco.
He's got no.
Go on, Morocco.
Honestly, Bentley has
3-1 Morocco.
What about second half?
No, 1-0 the Netherlands, and it will be in the last 10 minutes that they score that 1-0.
Okay, well, lucky win.
It's gone that deep, is it?
Yeah.
Ivory Coast against Norway. James, I'll stay with you.
Ivory Coast win against Norway.
Ben,
I'm the same.
Yeah, I can see that as well. I can see that. France, Sweden. Okay, forget that one.
Do you know what?
Sweden.
4-0 France.
Yeah, easy.
Sweden, right?
Don't be silly.
France win.
No chance.
Yeah, easy.
3-1.
Mexico against Ecuador. Benny?
Yeah.
Mexico.
Annoyingly.
He's got no idea about world football.
Who, Benny?
Yeah. Ecuador will win against Mexico.
Listen, Mexico haven't lost in Mexico for like 40 years.
Okay, here you go. Ecuador will win against Mexico.
I see a little forfeit coming. How sure are you, Jimmy?
Very sure.
Okay. Will the loser of that do the next time we're together an hour with the shirt off?
I'll buy breakfast.
There you go. From anywhere.
For you from anywhere.
Okay, because we love our breakfast. We love our breakfast.
No. I'll buy him breakfast.
But
you want to be involved?
He likes his breakfast in Antigua.
we go together.
Okay. Where are we up to? England against DR Congo.
England win 2-1.
England win 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very tight. Belgium, Senegal.
Senegal win 2-1.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's amazing Belgium got this far. USA against Bosnia.
USA will win 3-1.
USA win 2-0.
They could go deep in this, right?
No, not deep.
They couldn't go. Okay, fine, forget everything. Spain v Austria?
Spain.
I think it will be closer than people think. And I think it will go to extra time and Spain win.
Okay. Who wants Portugal to beat Croatia? Anyone?
Yes, I
do.
I do. I've got a soft spot for Portugal because for me that is where it all started. So
okay, that's nice.
Portugal will win.
I like Portugal as well. Obviously, I'm a resident there as well. So yeah, Portugal.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Switzerland against Algeria.
Switzerland win.
Austria against Egypt.
Australia.
Oh, I'm going to go Egypt.
Australia.
Okay. Argentina, what would the score be against Cape Verde? They'll smash them how many?
3-0.
They will beat them.
Don't say that.
Why not? Well, the score. Why not?
I like Cape Verde. I like the story, but Argentina will win.
All right, okay. Colombia against Ghana.
This one's hard, you know.
Colombia for me.
Yeah.
I saw them play against Portugal, and they were amazing. So I think Colombia will go first.
So the key ones from those, from all your results, the round of 16, according to you two, we'll see Germany play France, England v Ecuador, and then England in the quarterfinals will play the winner of Japan and Ivory Coast, according to you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you think England will get in the semis then?
Yeah.
Dude, you weren't even sure of that yourself.
No, the Ecuador one is going to be a difficult one.
Okay.
Ecuador is not an easy play.
Well, they're not getting past Mexico, so that's their journey.
You've got that wrong. You've got that massively wrong. Yeah.
Have I?
You have got that massively wrong.
I'll call you.
You haven't got my number.
Don't worry, I'll get it.
Okay. That was a look ahead with Sure non-stop protection deodorant that won't ever let you down.
High pressure picks on talkSPORT with Sure, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
That is all we got time for, Jimmy. You've been nothing short of magnificent. Thank you for coming in. It's very cool. What are you up to for the rest of the day?
Going to do a little bit of shopping.
Oh yeah, of course you want to look like me.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Petit, the big names keep coming. Emmanuel Petit back with me and Benny from 6 a.m. We are. He joins us in the studio 2 hours later, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Lovely.
A big thanks to you, Jimmy. A big thanks to Benny. You're back tomorrow as well?
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
And a big thanks to you. Keep it talkSPORT. Hawksby and Jacobs up next. We see it 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Lots of great football coming up live on the talkSPORT network in the World Cup. Stay where you are. Have a great day. We see you tomorrow at 6. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Listen, I love him, and people have asked me would I take him at Arsenal 100%. But you look at the last 2 seasons, Real Madrid, and then you look at the last 2 seasons for PSG. the two Champions Leagues. They were chasing the Champions League for so long.